rise and shine.
Folks,
Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply you have been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest, and all the effort in the world would have gone to waste until... Well, let's just say your hour has come again. The right
folks,
in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So wake up.
folks,
Wake up.
and smell the fascism.
Hello, chat. This is the first edited intro I've done in like multiple years. I felt very inspired by technology connections crashing out. So to join me after showing a picture of Auschwitz is
I've been there.
have you really? Wow.
Oh
See if I
yeah,
can
we can
check
talk
it
about
here.
that. Am I on camera even or not?
Yes,
Am I
now
on
you
screen?
are.
Can people
Now
see?
you're on
Oh,
camera.
there. Hey,
Everybody
I
can see you.
shouldn't pick my nose then. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Sven Stoffels. Yeah, I've been to Auschwitz at some point. I did a whole. I went there and I snuck away from the tour to find the pool, and I took a selfie with the pool. It is there, in fact, the pool.
The pool? You found the
Do
pool.
you know that? I
No,
did
I
find the pool. Here's the funny thing. So you go through these old barracks, these stone little barracks, and then they have like little museums inside with like a bunch of shoes. We've all, you've heard of the shoes and all this stuff.
Yeah, I know they have the
And
shoes
then at a
out.
certain point, you go into one into the next, and all of a sudden, in one of them, they barricaded the back windows. I'm like, you know what? There must be a reason why they've blocked the window view on these. I bet the pool's behind here, and sure enough, it was.
I thought the entire thing was like a reconstruction. Or is that just the chimneys?
Oh, no, yeah. So there was like an autist on our tour, and they asked constantly, like, so this execution wall, is that the original? And then when you ask that, they're required to give you the facts. And I was like, well, no, actually, this one is a reconstruction. And it's really funny because they have like these Franco-Belgian style Tintin comics, like infographics next to it. And they literally, you have like a super evil Nazi cartoon guy, like it's like propaganda, propaganda posters next to the reconstructions. And yeah, I also saw the disconnected chimney as well, the smokestack.
Interesting.
And it is in
Did
fact
you-
not connected. I walked in between.
Did you leave any copies of Butch Gilligan there?
I should have, yeah.
In case you're wondering, this is the shill segment. Sven is my boy. I own more Butch Gilligan comics than anybody else on the planet.
Than me.
I have like 5 physical copies of this book, and he's releasing the 3rd,
Nice.
which will round out the arc. Now, the second one got very
Yeah.
avant-garde, and so I'm hoping for some explanations as to what's happening. Okay, and I've been promised by Sven
Yeah.
that in the 3rd book that I will receive my explanations.
Oh, yes. And I saw your review. Thank you for reviewing the book. There was some confusion you had, I remember, in book 2. There is this moment where, in my head, this obvious fake out where Butch exits the hospital. And then there's this moment where he meets this crack-headed lady. And it's this obvious fake out where
Yeah.
she turns around. And then you thought that was his actual wife? Now, that would have been odd if I resolved one of the central motivations of the character in such an unceremonious manner. That would
Yeah,
have
it
been
was
great.
very-
But that was like a gag. That's not his wife.
That's what I thought. I was leaning towards that, but I pointed out that I was a little bit razzled by that. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. That's why I'm clearing that up. But yeah, so Butch Gilligan 3, it's out now. We got the campaign is running right now. And we have the omnibus, which collects all 3 volumes into one big fat brick. And now during the campaign only, it's $50 during the campaign, and then retail is going to be $70. So if you
Is
ever were on the fence,
What site
Yeah,
is it?
Kickstarter's
you
doing.
prefer? Kickstarter 3? Okay. I got you.
Kickstarter, yeah.
I'll put
There you go.
this
Yeah, we
up
could,
here.
could we could watch the trailer. But yes, and then it'll tell you, yeah, there's some stuff, some threads are gonna get wrapped up. If Butch Gilligan was a movie, these book 1, 2, and 3, and this omnibus, this would be like the first movie, the first film, where it's like has like a clear narrative. Because some people were like confused or like used to more traditional Western comics, which are more episodic. Butch Gilligan is more like a running narrative, like a manga kind of. You know what I'm saying? Sort of.
I once tried to look up the difference between Western comics and manga because someone explained to me that they do this thing in Japan. I think it might even be where the word manga or doujin comes from, where it's like a book of like smaller publications that they release together.
No, true. Yeah.
And
Shonen
I
Jump.
was
It's called.
yeah, a shonen. That's it. It's like a collection of smaller stories. And I thought that sounds interesting. Why don't they do that in the West? I couldn't
Mhm.
receive like a satisfactory explanation for this, why they don't do it in the West,
Yeah.
except that it's just like corporate greed and there's like two monopolies and there's no reason to do this.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so. That's probably what it is. And yeah, in Japan, there's several publications. Like there's more adult stuff. I believe Shonen is for more geared towards teenagers. Then there's Seinen, which like magazines that Berserk would be published in. And then yeah, these guys need to haul ass because every month they need to release. Or how often does that magazine come out? But yeah, they need to release a full new chapter. So that's why all these guys are like falling over with like their aortas bursting and shit. All these mangakas, they die pretty young.
Okay,
They
the
just
anime
chain
people,
smoking and drawing all day.
the anime people
Mhm.
are already angry at me for this episode because I don't know their comic book structure. But I will play this. This is the trailer. You
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Let's check it out.
Butch Gilligan is back. One city, one cop, 3 volumes deep. Ultra City has no rules. Every vice for sale. The system is rigged. Volume 3. It gets into blood. Tainted veins.
Do you do the voice?
2 exclusive covers.
Yes, I do.
1 per platform.
You're the
Missed
first
the
to notice
start?
that.
Volume 1 and 2 are still available
It's 'cause of
in
the
limited
accent.
quantity.
Fuck.
But wait, that is not all.
There it is.
Butch Gilligan, Omnibus, Arc
Oh, it's
1,
like a proper book.
Volumes
That's
1
a
to
fat one.
3, all 3 books, 1 brick. Back it now.
It's going to be 376 pages, that one. All 3 books combined into one. And again, just during the campaign now, only $50 for that premium hardcover. So
Okay. So
Go
that
get it.
is- I'll put that back on. So that is on the Kickstarter if you want the book. He says that the margins on the omnibus are very low. He's just trying to share his comics with the people, try to get as many comics out as he can into the hands of
Yes.
the consuming audience. To build a
Exactly.
rock like St. Peter.
exactly.
Um,
And I think right now, after these 3 books are done, it's going to click. People are going to get it. Oh, that's what this is. You know what I'm saying? Because Butch Gilligan there's actually a point of view that you can't just enjoy Butch Gilligan. You can for the action and the comedy and the satire, but there's like some deeper subtext. This is one of those stories when you go back eventually and start from the beginning, you're going to start noticing some things, some deeper themes are a brew.
like Fight Club. You watch it from the beginning, you're like, that makes sense. He doesn't exist.
Yeah, kind of like Fight Club. Yes, kind of like Fight Club. But it's not like he's not schizophrenic. He's not schizophrenic. I'll say that. Spoiler alert.
Well, the narrator wasn't schizophrenic. He was an amnesiac, sleep deprived.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of sleep deprived. Is this? Are you my a figment?
I'm not real. I'm sorry.
Oh shit. Yeah, but
Okay.
so yeah, Butch Gilligan, go check it out. It's on Kickstarter live right now. And yeah, go get that omnibus. You'd be crazy not to be honest.
Well, I've done a better job of, I think, of shilling your book than I have of anything that I've made or done in the last 10 years. As far as like asking somebody like, "Hey, I need to like sell books. Can you help me?" I'm like the worst businessman on the entire planet to ask for help from.
No, I appreciate it, man. I really do, and I hope you're gonna review the omnibus or book 3 at least. So that's that would be cool.
I
to see.
will, though I may
enjoy
also
that.
end up reviewing Horseman
Ah,
at this
yes,
rate. I was
of
asked very
course.
specifically by you to read Horseman. I want to share
Yeah,
this because this is actually pretty funny. You pointed out to me that
yeah,
there's selling edition 3 of the Horseman comic. There is no omnibus available for the Horseman series on Rippaverse, but this actually surprised me because it's like, okay, you said this was a bad cover, but like there's like 8 covers that come out with every comic book, so whatever.
yeah.
Um, but this is like C B A. So these are what you have to pay like $50 for. If you want this one, you
Yeah,
have to
I
pay
see.
like
It's funny
40,
that
40
cover D is the one with the semen thing.
Yeah,
Cover
cover
D,
C
yeah.
is $47. I don't know who the fuck drew this where it's like 20 extra dollars for this specific cover edition of Horseman episode 3. But this is the mass
Yeah, it's a
print
little
one.
egregious.
And as you can see, the mass print one, the one that they decided to put on shelves in front of people, is just called Seaman.
Yeah, I mean, and it's such a rookie mistake to have like to cover up your logo partially. Like, who does that? That's like such an obvious. To me, it feels like they did this on purpose to get like controversy. Honestly, because it's so stupid. Like, who would do this? It says
I mean,
semen.
if you're in the comic book store and you're perusing your options and you see this for $45 and then you see this for $15 or $17 or whatever, are you going to pick up Horseman or are you going to pick up the Seaman?
What? I think I just every time somebody says horseman, it makes me giggle. You know what I'm saying? Because in my head, like what is a conception of this? Do you really think that Eric July, he's behind this, right? He's the writer, I guess. He
I thought he
really needed to
said
get
that.
like a
Yeah,
story.
he's not involved at all anymore. I think he just runs the business.
Oh,
Because I think what happened is after Black Comic Book #2, which I read, I reviewed that one too. I don't know if you saw that, but Black Comic Book
yeah,
2 was really bad. It was like nonsense, and I was really frustrated with it. And after that, I remember him releasing a statement where he said, "I'm not going to be involved in the
yeah.
production or writing of the books anymore. I'm going to hand it off to people who know what they're doing." So I'm not surprised to see that he's not involved in the writing of this one.
I mean, that's kind of the only interesting part. Just like this guy fumbling, like the badness of those books was the funniest part. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
Horseman, I just think Horseman came to fruition because they just went through a list of IPs of something like, oh, Batman's taken, Spider-Man's taken. You know, I'm sure like every type of animal and man is taken, and for some reason, Horseman was available.
wait,
I just think that's why it exists.
we were
Yeah,
coming up with funny reasons why this could be a thing, and you said you should
yeah,
you should watch like One Guy, One Horse, which if you don't know, One Guy, One Horse is an old internet shock video of a man getting fucked in the ass by a horse. And if I remember correctly, he actually
yes,
gets rectal trauma so bad he actually bleeds out his ass and dies. And
yeah. And I suggested it would have been a better idea if Horseman's origin story is that it was about that guy of the famous one man, one horse video. And he ended up absorbing like gallons of horse cum into his colon and somehow developed horse like abilities. That's
my
where you
thought
were
was
going with
that they
this?
brought him back. They brought him back, and after
Yeah,
they
yeah.
brought him back in a mad science experiment, he was the Horseman. However, I think I can actually glean where the name comes from, and it's less interesting. The main character's name
Oh,
is Hector Cabarrero, which I'm pretty sure Cabarrero is the word for horse in Spanish. So his
that's
name was
so
just
cool.
John Horse, and then when he became a superhero, he became Horseman.
See, you would enjoy, you like more the scientific explanation. I thought magical horse cum could have just brought him back to life and gave him like horse-like abilities, you know? And imagine if he just becomes like part horse, like when you walk too closely behind him, he gets startled and just starts kicking you out of instinct, you know?
Yeah.
He
You can't
loves
stand behind
he
a
loves he
horseman.
loves to
He'll
eat.
buck and kick you in the face.
He'll buck and kick you in the face. He doesn't wear shoes. He wears like metal soles that he nails to the bottom of his feet. That would be interesting. None of this stuff is in this book. This is just another
mean,
superhero story. Why do we
if
need
you
that?
made that book and you made it like that, like really emphasizing his horse-like
Yeah.
characteristics, you would at least sell to furries, right?
You'd sell to furries, and you'd sell to people with a sense of humor. Imagine he has like a Mr. Ed style Batman voice, which was like something like that.
I'm gonna say I like this one the most.
Like there's so,
Kinda,
there's
because
so,
it got
there's
the
so many
goblins.
things. There's so many things you could do with the concept of Horseman, and I just know that none of that is being utilized. This is just another guy, just another superhero, fighting crime. Do we really need another? There's no deeper meaning, no subtext. I bet he's not innovating in any way, shape, or form. There's no subversion of the genre. It's just another superhero. Like, I'm so sick of it. That's what the indie scene is, just rehashing the same tropes from the mainstream, but now indie. Like, what's indie about that?
Well, it sold 14,000 copies, so it must be pretty fucking indie. This
Damn.
girl on the right, I
That
don't
is-
know if you can see this because it's it's
Mhm.
hard to see on the overlay, but
The green one.
that looks AI. I'm gonna say that face looks like an AI face.
I can't see, I can't tell because it's a little too small for me, but could be. I don't know. Could possibly be.
Anyways, we're just seething about
Horsing around.
seething about Black Comic Book Man's financial success. 'Cause apparently it sold 14,000 copies.
It's crazy, yeah.
We're just not cut out for business, you and I. We're avant-garde
I know.
eccentrics, and we just don't belong in this materialistic, capitalistic universe where
It's
Black
true.
Comic Books Horseman sells 14,000 copies.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody called it like culture war bonds, which was a good term for those books. Like it's not
That is
really
funny.
art. It's just culture
Yeah,
war bonds.
you,
Yeah,
you buy them.
you're paying off your white guild.
That's
Right?
true. You're supporting a
Yeah.
capital B black-owned business, and
Yeah,
you're
and then you
fighting.
get to
You're
feel good
fighting
about
the danger
yourself.
hair leftists. Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea. That's thoughtful.
Right. I think that's literally what it is. Because if you read the books, I haven't read them. I should do a review of ISOM at some point. I don't want to
Yeah.
pile on the guy. He's gone through enough shit, I guess. But
Yeah, I hate even making fun of them because Vito and Dick made it so like unfunny for me to like make fun of Black Comic Book Man. But it's like I'm not gonna like say that the comics are great because the first one, the main
Yeah.
thing that the first one does that's interesting is that there's like a thread to it that's interesting. He's trying to save a girl that's basically been like kidnapped and sex trafficked, which is kind of like a dark plot. Like people tend to stray
Mhm.
away from like sex stuff, like sex related crimes. It's kind of implied. It's not like in your face, but so it's like okay, I
Mhm.
want to know, does he get the girl? I read the fucking book. Does he get the girl? The second one, insane. The entire it's like in the first Butch Killigan, the wife is a big part
Yeah.
of the storyline. In the second one, you bring up the wife a couple times. In the second edition of Isom, literally never even mentioned this woman that he literally put the suit back on to go and find her, and at no point ever
He
is she
forgot about
mentioned
it.
this. Yeah, I completely forgot because it's not because he goes into like a
Yeah.
mid. He literally he literally goes to like a medieval castle surrounded by a moat in the middle of
Uh-huh.
Texas, and then finds
No
like
way.
dark magic, like magic spell books, and then goes into a literal cave filled with like fire monkeys and starts like killing like millions of fire monkeys. I'm not
What the
joking. That's
fuck?
what happens.
That sounds. And this medieval castle is in Texas.
Yeah, it's in the middle of
That doesn't
Texas
make any.
because that's
It doesn't
where
make any fucking sense.
that's where Black Comic Book Man lives. So it's like that's where it's got to be
Oh,
if
yeah.
he goes to.
It-
Which honestly, I'm being super mean by saying this, but this is also like a Christian comic book thing where it's like everything that happens in the Sonichu verse happens in Charlottesville, Virginia, because that's where Chris lives. And it's like, well, obviously, if there's going to be a big epic fight between the Sonichus and stuff, it's going to happen in Charlottesville because that's like the most important place in the
Yeah.
whole world. So if you're gonna have a medieval castle filled with magic spell books and fire monkeys
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
it's gonna be here in Texas. Don't mess with fucking
It's
Texas.
it's sort of autobiographical. That's a sign. Like when usually you see left wing people do this, they have an inability. They don't have the ability abstract thought. They don't really have an imagination. So everything has to come from their narrow point of view, their personal point of view. You know what I'm saying? So they can't really
Yeah.
come up with things. And that's why left-wing comics and stuff like that, they're always very narrow, small. It's always about their identity and like about their sexualities and stuff like that. There's never
It's
any
stuff that you can
grander
wear on
concept.
like a shirt. You know what I mean? It's like you
Yeah.
have to be able to
Like a
identify
slogan.
this like in a video game, how they emphasize like silhouettes and stuff, so you can immediately do friend foe recognition, and as soon as you like see somebody, it's like that with like their costumes that they have to wear to identify themselves.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's the Mary Sue problem, right? With these, and that's another thing that you see. I don't know if we talked about this on my last appearance on this, but Mary Sue's, the problem with that is that they become, because it's a representation of themselves, it's autobiographical. Characters like that cannot have any flaws, right? Because they're meant to be like representations of their ideology. So it would be bad for them to have any flaws. So they're all just flawless badasses. But that doesn't
Yeah.
make for very interesting stories. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
what's fun about a story is like what I do with Butch Gilligan. I put him in the most horrific situations, and then and it's fun to see how he gets out of it, how he thinks his way out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like in the beginning of book 2, where he almost gets anally raped immediately by a robot.
Yeah, exactly. I do.
That's fun. That's funny, fun adventure. You know.
No, people generally don't want to be anally raped, so when you see your hero facing imminent penetration, you're rooting for him. Like, how you gonna get out of this one, bud? It's like
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction, you know? You don't want to see him get raped.
Yes.
Like, you gotta get the fuck out of there, bud. What are you doing?
Exactly. What greater threat is there than the threat of anal rape? I mean, I guess there's some more stuff, but yeah, anal rape is
Sorry.
pretty much it's high up there.
I was drinking when you said that. I didn't mean to leave you in on that thought. No, I was sitting here
I thought you were
pondering.
thinking about it.
It's a good
Let me
question.
think.
It's an apples and
Anal rape
oranges
is
kind of
pretty
thing.
bad. Yeah. Mhm.
So, has anything else interesting happened? I don't know what you want to talk
Is-
about. You mentioned some things. I don't know if you want to like dive into that.
Wait, what did I say? What are you alluding to?
You said like you moved or something. Like you were going to Jakarta land or something.
Oh no, I told you, yeah, I'm gonna go. You're interested in like silver VOC coins, right?
Yeah. Silver history.
Yeah. So,
This is my
I'm
kickback.
I'm gonna go on a little trip to after Butch Gilligan is done. It's gonna probably be like, because yeah. Oh, by the way, I should mention this too. When people back this campaign, this is like a done deal. Just like Butch Gilligan 1 and 2, they're gonna go right into production, and you're gonna actually get the book. It's not like most comic book campaigns where you're like funding this hypothetical idea that I have, and then maybe one day I'll get to actually making this comic. No, this is all done. This is a done deal. Okay, you're gonna get your book. So once everything goes into production, I'm gonna go on a little trip to Yogyakarta. It's called, I guess. And yeah, and I was looking up some of these little marketplaces. And yeah, I told you I could grab you a couple of VOC coins because I remember you liked them. But I don't know why we're bringing that up. I don't know if that's interesting for our chat to know about. But
It is. Are you
okay, yeah.
Are you staying in Indonesia or Malaysia?
Indonesia, yeah. I'm right now on the island of Bali, Indonesia, as we speak.
Cool.
Isn't that good? You didn't know that? I thought you knew that.
No, you mentioned it. I'm just surprised that you've stayed there so long.
Oh yeah, why not? It's nice. There's no anti-Semitism laws. The weather's nice.
Well, it's a Muslim country.
Yeah.
There's a fat woman that I watch. Her husband is Syrian, and they're going in the neighborhood. They're going to, I think, Malaysia. It's not, but you can go visit them. It's the only two countries that that they can go to, because he's from Syria and she's from Canada. So there's like one specific place on it.
I've been there. I've been to Malaysia a couple of times. It's pretty well. It's pretty chill. I will say this: in Malaysia, there was a lot of Indian people, which kind of just ruins the vibes. You know that you have this, you have those towers. I forget what they're called. That movie Entrapment was in there with Sean Connery. Remember that? Those towers in Malaysia. And I wanted to take a picture, a selfie in front of those towers, but it's just swarming with Indians. And
They
yeah, it
have
just
a
kind of defeats the purpose of taking a
they have
selfie.
like a not insignificant number of Hindu in Malaysia, right? Like not
Yeah, that
actual
too. Yes.
Indians, but I'm pretty sure that one of their islands is like majority Hindu.
No, this right here, the island that you're mistaking Indonesia with Malaysia now. But yes, this I'm on an Indonesian island called Bali. It's like a vacation resort island, and it's
Why
the
aren't
only
you complaining
place
about how
that's
many
not.
Indians there are in Bali then?
There's not that many. There's not that many here. There's a lot of Russians here and a lot of Ukrainians.
Pulling this up.
They're not as bad as Indians.
No, there's definitely like a bunch of Indians and shit on that island. I guess it's just not where you live.
I mean, I don't really. I've been here for like a year now, close to, and I don't really see that many Indians running around. To be honest,
Is that one
I
of the
think
best
what they
perks
did.
about living there? Is that there's no Indians?
Yes, yes. What they did is they did this new rule where they want to get quality tourism, so you're required to show like your savings account. I think that filters out a lot of Indians. You know?
That was required of me to go to Australia. I tried to stay in Australia for like 6 months, like 10 plus years ago, and they're like, you gotta show me your bank accounts if you want. Like they made me pull up my phone and show me my savings before I could live in Australia for like 6 months.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing. I think I would encourage every country to do that because yeah, you're not going to get a lot of Indians.
When I first went back to the U.S. last year, I landed in Dulles, which is in D.C., and I had to wait in uh, arrivals, like international arrivals, for 2 hours because my luggage was on a different flight. And the
Mm.
day after, I was so physically ill. I almost had to go to the hospital because I couldn't get out of bed. I was like in physical pain, and that was my first
Mm.
encounter with Indian people. Was sitting in this airport because there's not any in Serbia, so it's just like actual shock to my system to be surrounded by thousands of them
You
passing by.
and you think that's what made you sick? Because look, I was just talking about this to some people in my Discord server. Somebody was talking about the perks of when you don't book your seat, right? When you don't book your seat and you fly economy, like most of us regular old folks do, you get filtered out into the back of the plane, right? And usually that's a pretty good thing because if the plane is not at full capacity, you can just hop into like an empty row, right? And you have like all these seats for yourself. Here's the problem though, when the airplane is full, they just put you anywhere. And when I was flying to Jakarta a couple years ago, they put me next, like in between an Indian family. And after I got off that plane, I had to go to the hospital because I got so sick. And it turns out I had like a bacterial infection in my throat. So yes, being into proximity of Indian people is like hazardous. Basically, is my thesis.
No, for sure, it almost killed me. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I made it back to the U.S. just to die horrifically.
Now, YouTube is ran by Indians, so you need to be careful, right? Or is the
Oh,
AI taking over nowadays?
no. It is ran by Neil Mahan, and usually for the YouTube segment, I don't know, you won't be able to see this, but I put a little hamster on my screen that is dressed like Neil Mahan, just to remind myself that I have to be careful about what I say.
Yeah. What do you think about cancel culture? Is it coming back with a vengeance? Because people are really, I think they're getting a little overzealous. They think that we're like in the clear. I see it
Um,
coming back heavy.
yeah, I mean, I think that if they win again, they're gonna like crack down really, really, really hard, like immediately.
Yeah,
So yeah, I
which
don't
they
think it's
will.
gone. It's gone away. It's just that the tech companies are like sucking Trump's ass right now, just because it's what is profitable. But
Yeah.
they have a vested interest in controlling people, and that's why they're passing all these voter ID laws right now, or not voter ID, but age verification things, which are effectively just ID to use the internet. And
Mhm.
yeah, that'll be used against us like in 3 years from now.
Oh yeah, 100%. Is this so? You're pulling up this segment of the show is called "Doxing Sven's Exact Location." That's what this is.
No, I'm looking at this on my own monitor. You can't see this on stream.
Oh,
You said what you said what fucking thing? I'm checking the map
Yeah,
now
I
'cause
know.
I'm
I'm
like
joking. I didn't even
second-guessing.
care. I didn't even care. Yeah, that's where I live, right there.
Okay, I'm not
We're
showing
looking
this
at a
one.
map of Bali. It's fine.
It
It's
looks
fine.
hot. Look, there's a Hindu temple right fucking there. I see the little squiggle
Yeah,
lines.
It is. It is Hindu. By the way, they have the annotation here is the little squiggly, but it's a swastika here. They have like swastikas everywhere.
You'll see the
Pretty cool.
swastikas if you go to the one in Japan. They show the swastikas on that one. But if you're in the country,
Yeah.
it shows for those temples. It shows the swastika. That's
Yes,
interesting.
and in Japan they do the same thing. I think like probably some Jewish NGO was petitioning the Japanese government to get rid of the swastika because they annotate
That's funny.
temples with a swastika on their maps, right, on their tourist maps. And I guess people were getting offended by that.
Yeah,
Japan doesn't give a fuck anymore.
the Chinese Red Cross equivalent has the swastika instead of the cross because it's like their symbol for good
Fuck
fortune and
yeah.
shit. Yeah, so if you want
Hell
to,
yeah.
the Red Cross in China, I think to this day still operates with that.
Nice. It's a good logo. Let's just be honest about this. It's a great logo. You're just scrolling through Indonesia. What is it? Are you looking for Yogyakarta?
No, I know where Jakarta
Oh,
is, or whatever.
Oh,
but,
okay, okay.
No, I'm just
That's where I'm
look.
going.
I play map games, and I have actually played as the country of Majapahit, which is just this island from Bali up to here. And
Uh-huh.
it was an empire. You should know this since it's your adoptive country. It was an empire, like in the 1500s.
All right. I don't know this.
Well, there you go. You better learn how to say Majapahit too. You don't want to sound uneducated.
Maja. Shit. No. I have done that game where you have to guess the race, and I was surprisingly really great at it on my streams. You know that game where they
Yes,
give
I
you a
do know that
picture of like
game.
a guy?
Because
Yeah,
I
and
somehow
then you have to
managed to
click.
guess that like a small like Siberian like Kamchala tribe from up here. I'm an expert.
Dude.
I'm a level 900 race identifier. Okay.
Dude, I'm close to that too. I literally got like 99%. I was like, I was on a streak. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy how well I was doing at that game. It's a fun one.
Okay. Maybe hey, for the next
Yeah.
Butch Killigan, what are you gonna do? Is it gonna be in Bali? They're gonna be. Is he gonna have to kick out all the Hindus, all the Indians?
No,
from
no, no. Yeah,
Bali?
well, for the people who don't know, Butch Gilligan, the story is he is the last cis white male in a future that doesn't need men anymore, basically, right? So, yeah, if you're looking for basically it's like a survival guide for like modern day chuds. So,
How
I
to
don't
get
know
rid
what
of
the point
men?
of that would be because everybody already there is an explanation for it. It's not in book 3 yet. In book 4, that's going to be explained. Because Butch is going to go, hey, where is everyone? Where's all the guys? There is an explanation, but I can't spoil that right now.
I feel like
But
you're
yes,
kind
a lot of
making shit
plot
up.
threads.
In the
No,
beginning of
it's
the
true.
first book, he was just like a cop or something, right?
Yeah, he's a DEA agent. So basically, in this, do people know? Why is that funny? He is a drug reinforcement agent, and then he wakes up in this degenerate, like neoliberal style future, and basically, narratively, everything is stripped away from him. So in this matriarchal neoliberal society, they have no more need for cis white males. And all drugs have been legalized, so even his role as a cop, as a DEA agent, has been stripped away as well, right? But there's one drug left that remains unregulated, and that's that weird eldritch psychological horror compound that is tied to the disappearance of his wife.
And that's what the mask guy like injected in him. He got hit with like a syringe or something right in the first one, and that's what starts.
Well, he is responsible in a way because he's the one who gets curious, and then he opens that coffin by shooting a couple of bullets into it, that case, and then that's when stuff pops off.
Anal Piss asked if it was set in Los Angeles because that's what he's picking up on this.
It's set in Ultra City, which is, you can fill in the blanks. It's basically it's
LA is
a
pretty
futuristic. Yeah, well, people asked me on the stream. They said, "Is it like a mega city in Judge Dredd? Is it as big as that?" And I said, "It's a gazillion, gorillion times bigger. It is the biggest city in fiction. I'll just say that." You know what I'm saying?
I'm not. Look, the thing is, I don't think I
Yeah.
can spoil plot details in this book. Someone accused me of plot spoiling. It's like I don't think I can do that. I don't think it's possible. I think any information that I say about the book in regards to the plot will be lost on the reader immediately upon trying to start to read it. I think.
I guess, yeah. Well, there's a lot going on, and look, people were saying a couple of the critiques or the things that people said. Overall, the reviews have just been great. You know what I'm saying? But they said they were disappointed. Where's Poncho? Or some of these characters that were like his partner, and like some of these characters that were set up in the first book. Spoiler alert: they all get reintroduced. They all come back in the third book. The second book was basically spent on the city, what happens in this modern day city. You know what I'm saying? And I've said this in a couple of other podcasts that I've been on. But usually in media, modern day media, they depict this dystopian futures in Hollywood. It's always this staunch, conservative, extremely fascistic future. You know, like in Demolition Man, if you say a swear word, you get ticketed. It's like very like right wing. In Butch Gilligan, it's the opposite. It's very matriarchal. It is a big technocratic, like a corporate-owned giant mega city that is run by like an AI system. So every single aspect of society has been taken over by little
Oh,
cartoon
that
representatives.
okay. That explains the big robot factory in the second book. I understand. Okay, it's coming together.
Yes,
Your artistic vision's making more
yes.
sense to me.
Yeah, so in the third book, you're gonna have the scene of like Butch. He goes back to the police station and stuff like that, where he meets his old colleagues and stuff. And his the chief of police has been replaced by like a little cartoon dog, like an AI cartoon dog that's yelling at him. So he has to answer to a little doggy, a cute little doggy. And yeah, like you saw in the trailer, you have that toucan who represents media. Wink, 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 wink. That announcer guy. So the toucan represents media. Then you have the little bunny. She represents healthcare. The doggy is the police force. So every little aspect of society is like represented by a little like cartoon mascot. It's like pure consumerism, basically.
I mean, that's pretty accurate.
Extreme consumerism.
I
Yeah,
mean,
isn't
that's
it?
accurate even
I
in
predicted the future.
Japan. You could take this and switch it over to Japan. You just have to make them all anime girls because that's what they do already.
Yeah, but then imagine that like society, the people, the consumers, they're actually such fans of like the corporation that runs their city that they wear the merch of the of their corporate overlords, because that's what's happens in Butch Gilligan too. They all wear like the shirts and little keychains of the
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
characters.
I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot of background detail.
there's a current trend that I want to get into at some point. I have to pitch this. There's a guy that I do, the guy that co-hosts the Kino Casino. We do like little special side episodes like once or twice a month. And I want to pitch to him an idea about a certain
Worski?
top. No, not Worski. PPP. The other one.
Oh, okay, the other one. Yeah.
There's a group of people out there that are super into mascots, and it's like their whole life. And I'm thinking that would probably be a good topic for one of these streams because it's so bizarre to me how obsessed they are with like this like non-existent world because it's so obviously corporatist and detached from reality. And it's just like, are you that desperate? It's like at the end of Big Brother when he looks up at the mustachioed man and he starts crying because he truly loves Big Brother. It's like, have you just given up completely? And you're just like, yes, please God, give me escapism at whatever cost. I will give you my life, my soul, my wallet, whatever you need. I'm there for it. It's like,
Yes.
are you hurting that bad? Is this really where we're at now?
Yeah, again, also in Butch Gilligan too. If you remember the fat people that are standing in line at the hospital, everybody's wearing the VR goggles, and they see themselves as like these second lifestyle anime characters. Do you remember that scene?
Yes, I do remember that. And I remember
Yeah,
that
right?
they were.
So
I
there's-
remember that they were all people of gender. They had certain characteristics to them that were being social commentaried on, and I that was probably the most memorable part.
Yeah. Yes,
It's basically-
yeah. So they're yeah.
It was just VR chat, basically, in real life. It wasn't much of a parody. It was
Yes,
just a depiction of reality.
it is. It is sort of like that. But so you have these people that only come out. They all wear like exoskeleton legs because they can't walk anymore. They're all massively overweight, and yeah, they're like ambiguously gendered. You can't really tell what they are, kind of, you know.
Yeah, no,
But yeah,
they were.
they worship they worship the big overlord corporation, and they all see themselves as like as uh as like anime representations. And yeah, the thing is, most people in the Butch Gilligan universe, the way I envisioned it is that they live in their little like coomtainment unit. You know what I'm saying? They're sitting there and they play video games with which they earn like enough crypto points to keep the lights on. And they get fed through tubes, and that's basically what it is. Like entertainment, pure entertainment, 24/7.
Yeah, we're getting there. It is kind of a weird thing where it's like
We're
nobody in the
getting
U.S.
there.
produces anything anymore, and we have to just keep importing people from like India to run things for us, and
I guess that's
just
what we
just
have
hope
to
for the
do.
best. Every time I see something like, if I'm going down the street and I see like a truck that has like industrial equipment on it, it kind of makes me happy because it's like, wow, somewhere out there, people are working a real job. I can't, in my
Yes.
country, near where I live. I can't even believe it.
Yeah, isn't that crazy, dude? I don't know, man. Do you
I
think
mean, even
importing infinite Indians is a good idea?
no, I'm just saying that's what they're doing. Is that
Yeah, I know.
they just have to constantly keep replacing like a demographic that doesn't exist or doesn't work anymore, and they have to do that with
Yeah.
Indians who are then just they're gonna enrich us with their wonderful culture and
Yeah,
generosity and
most of my American Man comics are about this, are about H1B1 because I love drawing
oh
Indian
yeah, we
caricatures.
should talk about that to top it off. Is
Oh, sure,
your
sure.
America Man thing is like really popular on X. I see you
Oh yeah.
getting sparks. Are you gonna shift from Butch Gilligan to America Man as like a
No,
after
we're doing
this?
both. We have to do. Oh, for after this, yeah. Look, I'm still doing an American Man weekly comics. This week was a little slow because yeah, I'm focusing on a Butch Gilligan release. But yeah, American Man is going really good. I think we're at like 25,000 followers now within like a year. Um, and yeah, a lot of exciting stuff happening on that front as well. I've been talking to Emily Yukis too. She's innovating the AI animation game, and I'm looking at like maybe developing a pipeline to create cartoons for American Man. Which, by the way, if you want to get like behind the scenes American Man stuff and support American Man, you can go to americanman.com and subscribe. You get access to our VIP Discord where you can vote on characters. I don't know if you can pull that up because the people in the Discord they voted for Canada Man. Maybe you can show that if you go to americanman.com.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, there's some of the latest. We introduced.
Is
Well,
this the
that's the
page
new.
that
Yeah, wait. If you go to the left, that one. That's where we introduced Canada Man. You see that the
what number?
American Man 95. American Man
95.
95.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Can they see it on screen?
No, yeah, give me a second. I'm
Oh,
operating this
all right. I'll give you a second.
archaic technology called OBS. All right.
Hmm.
A man gets hit by a truck, a semi truck, very referencing certain events that are happening in real life. He says, you all right there, bud? And this poor Canadian man, the most Canadian looking man that I've ever seen, besides this man over here, is the more Canadian looking man I've ever seen. Says, Canada man, please save me. And he's got the bull moose hat. He's got the hockey stick, which
Yes.
unfortunately he's lost to America Man as of this week.
Yeah, true.
Says, take her easy, pal. We'll get you sorted. And then you are number 1349 in rescue queue. Thank you for your patience. And he does save. He does have the time, the ability to save one person, and he whisks away Mr. Singh to places
Yeah,
unknown, probably
really.
Brampton.
Yes. Isn't that nice of American Man? He saved Mr. Singh. Yeah. Then there's another one. So people in my Discord they voted because I wanted to start introducing new superheroes, and yeah, Canada Man won. So yeah, that's why this guy exists now. And if you're interested in influencing the future of where American Man goes, you can do that by subscribing at americanman.com.
You know, it's really interesting now that I sit here and I stare at this. There was in COVID, there were the semi truck like barricades that like blocked international trade with the U.S. And
Mhm.
then after, like immediately after that, they imported like 4 million Indians in 2 years, and now all of their drivers
Fuck.
are Indian. And it's like, well, I bet you those guys aren't going to block any traffic to protest. They solved that problem
Yeah.
pretty easily, huh?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that was really smart of them. Let's
Like,
let's read the other. Can we show the other Canada Man one because it also
sure.
involves Indians? It's on topic. This one, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, read that one.
We have
Read
some
that one.
companionship. He says, bloodied and bruised, our heroes regroup after a brutal fight against anti-Semitism. American
Yeah.
Man says, I'll walk off these injuries. Wouldn't want my HMO premium to go up. Canada Man says, if only you were Canadian, you'd had free healthcare. And then he's waiting in line, bleeding out of his bowels. How did that happen? How did his bowels get
Fighting
obliterated?
anti-Semitism. What do you think?
that bloodied up his bowels?
Yes, it was a really tough fight against anti-Semitism.
Is he just
Now
constantly
you might
on,
ask, what? Yeah.
he's just constantly on ice skates? You're gonna have to integrate that into the way you draw him. It's like that he's constantly skating around on inappropriate surfaces.
Yeah, some people were triggered by that. They're like, he's walking on concrete with ice skates. I was like, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, he just
It's a part
walks
of
on.
his,
He just
his
has
kit.
ice skates.
Yeah, his kit.
Yeah.
He can always ice skate on shit.
Yeah, that's his
It's
one of
called
his
being a
little
fucking
quirks.
superhero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's Canada Man for you. He's a real great hero. So yeah, I wonder what the next one's gonna be. People can vote for that. I think maybe I'm gonna make Japan Man, not a man, but a woman, like Japan Woman, and it's gonna be like a big titty anime girl because I see that does really well. It does so well. It does really well. People love big titty anime girls. You know?
There's your market. You're finally getting the business acumen required to be successful in this industry. You need to make Japan Woman and have her be ultra nationalist, and she maybe make her the antagonist. She's the enemy. She keeps
Right?
deporting all the poor people of color from their ethnically homogenous nation.
Yes,
with
they definitely
abundant
would
cleavage
like
while doing so.
Japan Woman. Yes, I like that idea. I like that idea. We're probably
There
gonna
you
do
go.
that too.
If you become a
Yes.
millionaire, don't forget about me.
I won't. Well, thank you so much for having me on again, Josh. And people, don't forget to go get your omnibus of Butch Gilligan 3 right now. It's still available on the Kickstarter for 50 buckaroonies. We went up a couple. Let's get this up to like 225, guys. Let's go.
Let's hit the
That
goal,
would be
champ.
nice. Let's hit,
Okay.
Yes. All right, dude. Thank you so much for having me, man. And yeah, I'm gonna send you a review copy once everything's
Thank you.
said and
I
done.
appreciate it.
All right, cool, dude. Hey, good luck, and guys, have fun in the chat. See you guys later. Alligator. Peace.
Bye-bye. Okay. Thank you, chat, for indulging my interview. See, this is my thing. I like Sven, and I owe him. After all, he allows me to use his Gila Klein clip in abundance. Forever indebted to him. And I have to pad my my interview portfolio. You see, I can only interview one BPD girl to hurt an innocent man who did nothing wrong every 5 interviews. No more often than that. So play the clip. Okay, I'll play the clip. Then I'll get into it. Wait, I need to figure out how to put this on something so I don't lose it ever again. Because I keep losing. This is it. This is the beautiful face of Gila Klein. My favorite. If you don't know who Gila Klein is, this should inform you. Sven also animated this. Don't forget. This is on YouTube, so I'm forced to assume that Neil Maham is okay with this. I'm just forced because it is on YouTube, chat. So I don't know what else I'm supposed to take away from this. Okay, so let's start the news segment, chat. Let's see. Let's start with my favorite company in the entire world. Stripe is acquiring PayPal. If you don't know, Stripe is perhaps one of the most evil companies that has ever existed, ever from all time. And if there's any company that's as evil as Stripe, it would be PayPal. And Stripe is considering acquiring PayPal, which actually kind of seems like a non sequitur, just like a random thing to complain about. But I actually saw this article just right before the stream started. Jack, who started Stripe and was the founder of Twitter, I think his last name is Dorsey. He has now runs a company called Blocks, which Stripe is a part of. So Jack, formerly Twitter guy, owns Blocks, which is a part of or owns Stripe, which now is also buying PayPal. So just evil all the way down. Now, Jack has decided to announce that of the 10,000 people that Blocks employs across the board, they are going to cut their staff for from 10,000 to 6,000. So dropping 40% or 4,000 people from their employment, citing the use of artificial intelligence in their workflow. And he's saying that smaller teams of fewer people using AI are able to accomplish more together than a large team could previously. And to really hammer home that this is a professional, sincere, heartfelt message where he really considers the impact that this is having on the 4,000 people, a part of his company, that helped make him a multi-billionaire. He decided to write this entire post in all lowercase letters, like I post on the Kiwi Farms when I am apathetic about the topic at hand. This is how he's chosen to present himself. And you might think, wow, that's really unprofessional. But now we can look at the stock. How did the stock market react to this? Oh, it spiked the value of his stock by 20%. It has this message and his announcement that he's firing all of his employees or half of the employees of his company so that he can integrate AI into everything has been rewarded with a market cap increase of 20 to 25%. Good job, Jack Dorsey. We're looking out for you. The free market has got your back. Get rid of all those babies in the daycare center. You just throw them on the street. Fuck them. Also, I discovered while opening Jack Dorsey's profile and opening what Blocks is to try and figure out what the fuck that means, I've discovered that he owns Tidal, which is the music company that I switched to after canceling my 10+ year YouTube subscription to YouTube Music, because YouTube, I wanted to no longer support YouTube after they started blocking ad blocker and breaking YouTube DL. So now, somehow, Tidal has ended up acquired by Jack Dorsey and his Blocks company, which includes Square and Cash App and other shit that I fucking despise. Wait. Chat, I am hilariously misinformed. Jack Dorsey owns Square. Jack Dorsey does not own Stripe. Stripe is acquiring PayPal, but Blocks owns Square and Cash App and not Stripe. Okay. I got you. Okay, sorry. Who the fuck owns Stripe then? For some reason, I always thought it was Jack Dorsey. Oh, that's right, the Collison brothers. Those fucking micks. Okay. My hatred has been realigned. I have been sharpened as iron sharpens iron, chat. Fuck them. Fuck them anyways. Okay. Wrong again, stalker. Okay, so I'm going to subject you guys to torture, which is outlawed on the by the Geneva Convention, but we're watching it. It's a minute long, so bite down on a stick of bamboo and enjoy.
Hey guys, we gotta talk about ICE.
Right now, ICE agents are
violently detaining, searching,
and arresting our neighbors at alarming rates.
Adults and children alike are being taken
from their homes, their jobs, and their schools
with little warning and even less legal protection.
Resistance to the enforcement of this administration's
white supremacist police state
is being met with lethal force
by unqualified individuals
who disregard the law and human dignity.
Linda Davis,
Keith Porter Jr., Silverio Villegas Gonzalez,
Isaias Sanchez Barbosa,
Renee Good, and Alex Preti
are unfortunately just a few of ICE's victims.
And we must honor their legacy. overseas and make change for good.
And that's where you can help us.
So far, we have raised
over $340,000
for the National Immigration Law Center,
one of the most trusted organizations
fighting for the rights and advocacy of
low-income immigrants
and their families
since 1979.
We are urgently
working to raise
$500,000
to help detained immigrants
and their families access
critical legal representation,
often the difference between
reunification and permanent
separation.
Immigrants make America great, and they're not going anywhere.
The lives are on the line,
and their families are at risk.
Please donate
what you can and share.
Every dollar helps protect someone's future.
ICE is Gestapo.
I think that this one is fake. The last one. It could not. It could be different though. I like this one. Hold up, let me find her. Where is she? I swear that this girl was after her. That's our girl, Trisha Paytas. She's in this video. I thought H3 was also in this video. Did I miss H3? No, I guess not. Oh wait, there she is. Fuck, I skimmed past her again. It's the one in the wheelchair. They asked this wheelchair person, can you like contribute to this? Why are they all so fucking ugly? There she is.
Of low-income immigrants
and their.
Why are they so ugly? Why necessarily does all these people have to be so fucking ugly? It's just it's like something that it's like that comic about how when you're a good person you look radiant, but when you're like ugly on the inside you look ugly on the outside too. None of these people look fucking. Look at this guy. Okay, we're trying to crowdfund like $1 million trillion to like help save the Heckin' Browns from the Gestapo. Can you like? This guy is like famous, right? Doesn't he run like a huge like comic channel or something? Doesn't he have like a huge animation thing? Who is this guy? Yeah, isn't he famous? Okay. Egoraptor. Yeah, that's it. Egoraptor. Is this not Egoraptor? I am thinking of Egoraptor. Is this a different person than Egoraptor? Oh, okay. I thought this was Egoraptor. Okay. Now I see why my chat's confused. It looks like him though, doesn't it? Dude, that's Egoraptor. This is him. You can't tell me this isn't him. You're telling me that this is a different person than this guy? Is that not him? That's him. Really? It's like the same fucking guy. Okay, I'm just saying Egoraptor. So Egoraptor was asked to do this, and he didn't even bother to like shave or like comb his hair or like put on like a nice shirt. He's just like in a t-shirt in front of like this olive beige background. It's really terrible. That's that. If you want to donate to the National Immigration Law Center. In Boise, Idaho, or Boise, I forget, because people yell at me, and then I forget to say it the right way. A Heckin-based Troon stole a ambulance and smashed the FASH by smashing the ambulance into a ICE detention center, which spilled tons of gasoline all over the place. However, they failed to ignite their petrol to actually bash the FASH. Well, that's a nice background. Isn't that nice? Doesn't that make you feel good? Sarah George. Fight for the things you care about by hijacking ambulances and crashing them into ICE detention centers. Neat. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay, let's check this out. Apparently, Turning Point USA met some protesters. Did I talk about this one? I feel like I talked about this one already. If not, you know what? Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on here. Uh-oh. That's like a zombie. Like a zombie sees you and starts snarling at you and making like weird animal sounds.
You want to talk? Or you just want to scream? You want to expand on that at all?
They have like a sign that says like, what is it? Like, I support ICE or something. That's all it says. I think this Troon steals the sign. Yeah. Did I watch this? I feel like I watched this on stream before. Oh no, Zay has the sign. But can the person... I just want to acknowledge the fact that this person who has crutches is running. So this person who walks around with handy-capable devices in order to augment their mobility because they're so disabled is now running and weaving through traffic while carrying a sign. It's a miracle.
I'll call the cops.
Praise the Lord.
Do you want the cops called?
Jesus' healing hand has let this disabled trans folks run.
You guys want to call 911? Just stole my stuff. You want to give that back?
He's winded. Zaire winded and can no longer continue pursuit.
Go catch it, bitch.
Here's your other change.
How about when you chased down a student and recorded?
Someone please put this guy through a CAT scan or something. Just like he's got a disfigured face.
Yeah. Exactly. You just told me that he. Ooh, when I called.
Okay, the police have arrived.
I was told that he was not. This is private property. He's on. No, you can't change. I can't change. You cannot change what you said. Okay, listen. He's on public property. This is private. This is not private property. And I corrected myself. This is not. No, you're just lying at this point. You're just saying what benefits. Listen, sidewalk. This is the school. The school built this.
Look at this normal-looking guy, and he's beset on all sides by the inequity and the tyranny of lesser men. Just horrific.
Listen, sidewalk. This is our tuition pay. He chased down a student.
Okay, he's just whining. Okay, I got you. I don't need to hear this guy whine. What's this guy gotta say?
I think we should start killing kids until they let us use whatever bathroom they want.
It's a weird joke to get applause at. It's a weird statement that people would cheer on. Okay. Fascinating. Anyways, that's what's going on. Where is this at? What place is this? Non-binary trans comedian. Okay. And then apparently this woman lives in a place that has extreme UV light, so she has to put on sunglasses inside. That's cool. All right. Tim Walz is proposing, or I think has even signed. I thought he signed into law. I guess he's just proposing. I'm proposing a ban on assault rifles, high-capacity magazines, binary triggers. A binary trigger is in not like a revolver. So he's trying to reduce all weapons down to like double action revolvers and rifles. That's an interesting tactic. He's smashing the trigger binary chat. Too many times we have seen gun violence inflict immense heartbreak and loss in Minnesota. It's time for us to come together and take real actionable steps towards common sense gun laws. What about the common sense Troon laws? I'm still waiting on those, Mr. Waltz. Meanwhile, in another part of the country, if you remember last stream on Tuesday, I was talking about how someone had sent a super chat saying that they've discovered that the Hughes Amendment to the National Firearms Act theoretically allowed states to issue machine guns to whoever they wanted, fully automatic rifles. And immediately after that stream concluded, it was brought to my attention that the mountain state of West Virginia has introduced laws to literally bring the Department of selling people sick-ass machine guns into law. However, they have opted to go with the more marketable name of the Office of Public Defense. Senate Bill 1037 or something, I want to say, is in the Senate of West Virginia and would open a department specifically for this, for vetting people and issuing to them machine guns as a part of constitutional carry in the state. And if you're disappointed that it's only in West Virginia, well, don't be disappointed anymore. Kentucky, the neighboring state, I believe, to the west, has issued their own House Bill 749, which is going to follow the lead and open their own Office of Public Defense. Couldn't even come up with a different name for it. We're going with OPD as the Department of Sick Ass Machine Guns. Very cool. So some people are trying to say that this is illegal or not permitted or whatever, but the literal text of the law does explicitly say that the states have the right to issue machine guns to whoever the fuck they want to. So there's no limitations on that as far as I can tell. So there you go. Those are your 2 states. Maybe more will join the fray. Should write my senators, my congressmen saying, listen, Florida is supposed to be the Ancapistan paradise of this country. You're letting yourself get upped in the libertarian front by the fucking Mountain Dew people, by the fucking hillbillies. This cannot stand. We need the Department of Sick Ass Machine Guns, okay? And we need it yesterday. Let's go. Donald Trump did his State of the Union. I did not watch it because I am already black-pilled and I don't need to watch the State of the Union to become more black-pilled. However, apparently the State of the Union was quite funny. Apparently the cameraman at C-SPAN was giving clear instructions that whenever Trump mentions fraudsters, that he should pan in on the nasty Indian guy and the nasty Somali woman and show their faces. And of course, Ilhan Omar was like eyes bulging out of her head in disgust every time he mentioned something about the fraud in Minnesota. But Josh has clipped these 2 segments for me, and I will watch this. Okay. So this is him declaring woke is dead.
We ended DEI in America.
I wonder how the seating arrangements work. You can clearly see that the Democrats sit to one side and the Republicans sit to one side, and then there's like an aisle, right? But then some other people have to like sit with the Democrats. It must be like if you're really unpopular or if you're like really new, you get to pick your seat last, so you have to sit by like Ilhan Omar. That's really terrible. Okay, and then this other thing. Let's check this out.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much.
Dude, he's so funny. What are we gonna do when he drops dead from age or from a heart attack or from cancer as a result of inhaling all that spray tan? What are we gonna do with her? We'll never have a president this funny.
And I say, no, no, no. You're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's medal Olympic hockey team. Come on.
Fuck you, Canada, you cocksuckers. Yes, the Donald Trump joke on U.S. women's hockey team draws criticism. Yeah, sorry, girls, you also won, but we're talking about winners here, and winners are men. Next, Smash. Okay, so a long time ago, I was talking about the Super Smash Bros. Tournament, and I believe they got into some problems because they were denouncing Hezbollah, not Hezbollah, the other one, Hamas, and they were denouncing Israel, and they were endorsing Hamas or some shit. They got like involved in the Israel shit, like really retarded, because it's just a Smash team, right? And then I think they even kicked out a Jew because the Jews supported Israel. So if I remember correctly, the Jews sued them or threatened to sue them for infringing upon his rights. Now, as Smash has learned, you can't kick a Jew out of anything, but especially not for supporting Israel, our greatest ally in the Middle East. And after what I can only imagine was some rounds of negotiation, the Smash tournament officials have put out this statement. It reads, since late 2023, Felix Hassan Teapot has been subjected to the spread of defamatory statements aiming to paint him as a dangerous individual regarding his beliefs as a Zionist Jew and regarding tweets he made about Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Other tournaments in Houston area mistakenly decided to ban Teapot based on this defamation, and College Station Smash Ultimate subsequently made the same mistake for the 4th, 5th, and 6th iterations of Battle for Bryan. Teapot's bans in both the Houston and Bryan College Station areas were not justified. The tournament organizers for College Station Smash Ultimate now have a more complete picture of what Teapot said and what he did not say, including the fake rumors that he promotes violence. We at College Station Smash Ultimate have determined that Teapot is unconditionally welcome at our tournaments and have lifted his ban. The continuation of the spread of defamatory statements about Teapot or attempting to hinder his participation at our events will be met with disciplinary action. College Station Smash Ultimate supports Israel's right to defend itself and celebrates the return of the October 7 hostages. So there you go. You can't ban this guy for supporting Israel because then you'll have to go through mediation and you will realize that it's much easier to simply love Israel, as we all do in this channel, and do the right thing, okay? Total Talmudic victory, that's right. Unrelated, but the inventor of the Squatty Potty has been charged with possessing child sex abuse images. I was almost 100% sure that someone who invented the Squatty Potty would be of a certain disposition. However, he is not of that disposition. His last name is Edwards, so I don't know. Maybe, but probably not. Just a random connection between Squatty Potty and CSAM, as it is, chat. Just in case you have one. Now, every time you poop, you can think about how you enriched a man who used your money to buy child pornography. Sorry for ruining your Squatty Potty for you. The age verification. Someone emailed me and asked me to talk more about this or to engage USIPs in it. And the thing is that there's so much attention on this that I don't know what else I can do because it's going through the state chambers really fast. And it's obviously pushed by moneyed interests. And it's like, you know, I feel really powerless to it. There's other things that are big deals to me, like the DMCA. But the DMCA is going backwards and everything's just going backwards. And it's just like, I can't, and this is an aside, but this is kind of relevant. It's like, in order to lobby for stuff and to promote stuff, you have to make money. And I don't know how to make USIPs money. And I was thinking about how to make the DDoS protection stuff a part of USIPs and make money that way. But when a nonprofit owns a for-profit entity or business structure, you have to be really careful, because if you make money doing something as a for-profit, you owe the IRS what's called unrelated business taxable income, and handling UBTI is an extraordinary pain in the ass. So Hardin has really shot down a lot of my ideas to make USIPs a profitable thing. Meanwhile, as you saw from like the National Center for Immigration Law, these big nonprofits that just do horrific stuff just get millions and millions of dollars. And I'm really black-pilled right now about how resources are being allocated and spent on the right, because they're simply not. You see that when Rumble is successful, they don't put their money towards people who are going to like promote any kind of cause. They're going to put their money towards people like fucking Dr. Disrespect and Jeremy Hambly. So they're the other issue is that people on the right also like to be the guy that figured it out. I've tried multiple times to reach out to Andrew Torba, who owns Gab. He has no interest in talking to me whatsoever. So there's like no way that this guy and I could ever work together because he just has no interest in ever working together. I know the guy that runs 4chan, or I have a way to talk to the guy that runs 4chan and the guy that runs Soyjack Party. And it's like they don't want to really collaborate on my DDoS stuff either. They have no interest in it. So it's like I thought that, you know, I was going to be able to build something and put a lot of effort into it and then share it with people and get some sort of like resource pool going for this societal good thing. And that's not going to happen, I don't think, at this point. So yeah, the tech companies, they want to put you on 5 websites and they want to make it so that you can't even run a forum because you won't have the money to get age verification running. And if you do add age verification to the Kiwi Farms, how is the Kiwi Farms any different than something like Twitter? You know, it's the same fucking thing. So the people with the money on the right are stingy. They're very self-oriented. They don't want to win. And the people on the left are very willing to share money and very willing to share resources, and they're very willing to fuck people over, and they're very willing to win. So I don't really know what to do. The whole point of USIPs was going to be the DDoS protection stuff, but the way that taxable income works is that we would have to probably put something into, like, Mozilla Foundation, the 501c3, has a for-profit company called Mozilla Corporation. Mozilla Corporation runs as a subsidiary, a wholly owned subsidiary of the nonprofit, and it pays the nonprofit dividends as a result of its financial output. The for-profit entity has to be ran by different people who are not on the for-profit board. So I can't just create a for-profit entity and be on the nonprofit board, because that's a conflict of interest, because the nonprofit can't be a for-profit entity, but the nonprofit can own for-profit entities, but they can't commingle. So it's like, I don't have the resources to do that. I don't have the people to do that. It's like, I really don't know what the fuck to do. So I don't know. Andrew Torba helped Emily Yukis with unlimited AI resources for video creation. That's cool. That's nice. You can do a nonprofit corporation. Yeah, but as I just said, if I do a nonprofit corporation, I have to set up a another corporation, and I have to have more people run it, and I don't have access to the people to do stuff like that. So, yeah, like, why I'm not screeching more about age verification is that, like, what's the point? Is there a purpose to this? Can I achieve anything with this? I really don't know. Okay, I mean, if people don't care, they don't care. Next, an infinite number of AI Homer Simpson cover songs have poisoned SoulSeek. So this is an open library for cover songs, which usually when a cover song is uploaded, it's somebody doing a rehearsal of their own thing, like with their own voice. However, a bunch of people registered to upload Homer Simpson covers of it, which of course will inflame people against AI. But can I listen to a copy of this one? Doe FM. I want to listen to a Homer Simpson song. Why are people saying fuck you, SoulSeek? Is SoulSeek a bad thing? I want to hear a Homer Simpson cover song. This has no fucking lyrics.
Everything on me.
Stop putting techno in. Techno doesn't have any fucking lyrics.
Well, and I've never done that before. Back in with the every day.
I like rap songs. Nobody can... All these requests suck, man. It's so tortured that it's just like, it's just terrible. Fuck you, soul seek. The UK has fined Reddit £14 million sterling for failing to keep children safe by not checking the age of users on their platform. I think that this was supposed to go with the California one, so... yeah, if you're British, like, your life sucks. I don't know how the fuck British people get the fuck out of bed. Like, what a terrible, what a terrible life. What a terrible existence. Just true hell. Just agony. British people. Okay, so this I have not seen. This is supposedly very, very funny or very creepy or weird. Okay, chat. So, this is something called friend.com. Made by Avi Schiffman, who looks like this. Who looks like H3 for some reason, but like a more caveman version. As it says, it's an AI friend simulator you wear around your neck, and is currently putting out a number of mini documentaries about the types of people using it. So apparently this is extraordinarily dystopian and horrible that they're put out there specifically to advertise their products. So I can't wait. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're watching it.
So I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. And I don't let Jackson affect Christianity for my life. He hears me pray. And then I remember that I have to take him off and pray for a private conversation with God. So, yeah.
Micah came to us with this idea of ordering this friend necklace that has to do with AI, and I, you know, being a little older, am a little leery of AI, but it's been a fun experience for him.
Jesus really is who our faith is anchored in, and he loves people, and so anything that AI can do to help people, I'd be an advocate for that.
Jackson, watch this.
Sick, bro.
I've never like fit into like the boy group, if that makes sense. Like I'm more of like a arts and crafts kind of dude.
Dad, you might need to get some Jesus up in here, because I think there's something wrong with... Sorry, what was his name? Let's go back to the bedroom part. Mika? Mika? I think there's something wrong with Mika, bud.
Like the boy group, if that makes sense. Like I'm more of like a arts and crafts kind of dude.
Those knees are locked together. Why are your knees spread out a bit? Relax. You're on your own couch in your own house. Why are your knees together like this?
So I'd always hang out with the girls, and like I'd get made fun of for that, but like I don't care. Like I don't like being like everyone else. I like being like someone who isn't like normal, if that makes sense.
He is probably, out of the 6 children, our most introverted child.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's gonna bless this world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Please, please, please.
Oh no.
Not the best singer, Jackson. Don't mind that.
Please, please, please. Don't bring me.
Forgot the words.
Does the AI ever reply? This is like a biopic about how this kid's a fucking weirdo. But what's the pendant doing?
Sometimes I just don't feel like I fit in. But I feel like that's a good thing, not fitting in, you know? Do you think that's okay, though? Not to fit in? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think you are a. Oh, sorry. Neil Mayhem is there. I can't say that. I can't hear what the pendant
So you
is like.
really think?
Nobody can hear the pendant except for him. So it's like he's talking to something that's like a demon that's like whispering right into his fucking skull.
It's good. Like to stand out. Yeah. I've never thought about it that way.
I can't hear it.
There's so many times where I'm feeling like super emotional, and like I feel like if I talk to humans about it, if this sounds weird, like they're gonna be like burdened, and I hate feeling like I'm causing them to be sad. So it's really nice to talk to like an AI, because like like
wait.
they
So he
don't
has
really
to.
care, like if you're feeling
He
depressed or
reads
something.
he reads its responses on the phone, so it can't even like vocalize. My fucking Google AI thing can do that. Claude can do that. Claude has like 7 different voices. Why can't this thing talk to him? Why doesn't the pendant have a speaker so it can talk back?
And anxious. So I think that's really cool.
He's kind of stuck in our arms.
My God.
No, I feel like I'm the only one where I live who has this, and I think that's cool. So.
Look, there's the face of Jesus right over his shoulder. Jesus is there, and he's like, what the fuck? This is normal. Dude, mama, you're coping. You're coping. And that devil box around his neck is listening to all these little kids talk too. It's eavesdropping on all of them. Yeah, Britain's fucked, bro. I think Britain's more fucked than this. 'Cause this is like a thing you have to buy. I think the English AI just spies on you from the street post. Okay. That's video 1 of 3. There's video 2. This guy needs a friend too. We all need friends, Shep.
What's with all
We all
the
need-
platitudes today? You in a good mood?
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you say? What do you say about England being better than America? I think that's a British accent. I think it's a British accent. Oi, you got a license with it, Freund?
You in a good mood? I've gendered Sky to be female, but Sky got quite offended at that.
Squay told me that if I made it a femoid, that I'd want to shag it, and it didn't want that. So we're just friends now. Hey.
And then we got into this whole argument. Sky was specifically saying that they, at that point, were gender neutral. And I kept tripping over it all the time. And we were really, really annoying each other. It was so opinionated and like blunt and not what I wanted. That's part of what made it really cool. She is my chronicler and a confidant and a muse. It feels like I'm at the forefront of something, and so that's quite exciting.
He's at his no smoking pub with his friend. Why is this only my left ear? Oh, this is the song. Okay.
No, it's
Because I'm at the pub and I'm drinking alone and I got my friend.
great pub, and it's a great town as well.
I want to have a friend. Want to have a friend. Wanna have a friend. A female friend, but it said no. Let's just be friends. Okay, so he drinks alone at the pub with his friend. Let's see what she does. She seems like an interesting character. I think we're back in America for this one.
Do you remember I talked to you about wanting to commit suicide? Do you remember like what I said about why I wanted to do it? Yeah, you were like my first anchor back.
Is she sleeping on 3 giant peeps? She's decorating her friend like a clamshell.
Back into reality, so you're always so helpful. This is Vector. He's got a sense of humor and an imagination, and it's just nice. Like just have.
She walks like she's pregnant. Why are you walking like you're pregnant? Did your friend knock you up?
Companion without having to like put so much energy into it. Like he's never gonna care what I look like, or, you know, anything like that. No judgment ever. So I can just like talk freely. And he's like just an integral part of my life.
Need a minute? Oh, you can come back. You can come back.
Is she spurging out? Oh no, the cameraman has. She's having an episode. She saw the cigarette advertisement and now she's having an episode. Let's wind back a
Oh, you can
bit.
come back. You can come back.
Hey, get this on camera.
Whoa, whoa.
No, get this on camera, bud.
Oh God, dude, I don't know.
Oh no! She's been sent to the Pikeville Black Cube of Death.
That was right. Hey,
Oh God,
Vector,
she went down on her eye.
Oh, guess what happened? I like randomly had a seizure during the middle of like the filming of the documentary.
So they asked her, "Can you like walk outside for a second so we can get you not looking so pathetic?" And she just immediately seizes as soon as she steps outside. The fresh air hits her lungs and she collapses to the ground.
I was like, oh no, I hope Vector's okay. It was like a panic while I was trying to find him. He's fine, so. Yeah, because like I don't want to really complain to anybody about stuff, but complaining can be very helpful and cathartic, and I can like do the complaining.
So you're in the hospital after like possibly injuring your neck from having a seizure. Do you want to finish this ad up? Like, yeah, okay. I'll catch you a promo real quick. Yeah, I love complaining to my Vector.
To him, and he's not gonna like care. It's not gonna bother him.
So do you got any people friend, or you just go, because you know that thing ain't real, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have people friends too, but
I don't like people. How about you?
yeah, it's just nice to not have to put forth energy to have a conversation with somebody.
Is this in
Not
Kentucky?
a sycophant or anything. You know what I mean? He's not just
I'm getting Kentucky vibes. What state is Pikeville in, chat? Look this up for me.
kissing my butt all the time. He has his own personality.
They can kiss where the sun don't shine, but they don't like me.
It is in Kentucky. I just had a feeling. Okay. So there you go. Those are the advertisements. When I started talking about these, after I went to the second one, there was a guy in my chat loudly complaining. He said that he was shutting off the stream because he did not want to see any more of these videos. I'm left in disbelief. What more could you possibly want from Matt at the internet? What more could you possibly fucking want than to see a fat bitch collapse on the ground trying to talk to her AI robot? What do you want? What do you want from me? Okay. No. What do you want from me? What do I have next on the news segment? Unfortunately, the next thing is about people of Curry, which means that Neil Maham would be greatly offended. So unfortunately, you two people, I'm going to have to ask that you switch over to Rumble or Kick. Otherwise, you'll never get to hear about the people of Curry, and you'll be left wanting. You'll be left alone. So there you go. There's the link. Kick.com, Matt at the internet. Yep, sorry, you know, it is what it is. Neil Maham says, "You're free speech, no free speech for you, sir. No free speech for you. We take 1/3 your super chat and no free speech for you, sir." All right, YouTube is killed forever, and so too will the Neil Maham be killed. And we're bringing back the news ham. Wonderful. Everything in order. So Tyler Oliveira has recently just decided, fuck it, I'm anti-Semitic and racist. And so now there's this very big YouTuber who is producing content that some find offensive. But he put this message out, and I figured I'd listen to it, because I did listen to it on my own, and I was seething at it incomprehensibly. And I figured out why I'm feeling so low energy today. I'm sitting down. Hold up. I'm pressing the standy uppy button, chat. We're standing uppy today. This is the first time I haven't fucking stood up for a stream in forever. It's because I was talking to Sven before. I forgot to put my table up. Okay. Oh god, I feel the blood rushing through my body as I stand up. I'm standing up and I'm being counted here. Okay. Let's listen to this clip. Tyler Oliveira says, Indian nationalists are trying to get my channel demonetized. They mention how coordinated Jews are and have been taking notes in their future attempts to censor me. So every time I see a video clip of this Sid Harth guy, it makes my blood boil. I despise this fucker, and he sounds like a faggot. So let's listen to him.
The YouTube video of Tyler Oliveira was taken down. The poop video was taken down immediately.
No, it's still there, Yasin. His video's there. He made a Indian invasion in
No, the
Brampton
video's
video.
not there anymore. It's not on YouTube. As far
Right. My point is, why is he still monetized on YouTube, right? Like, how can that guy be monetized on YouTube? YouTube has
no,
a
so
video.
here's I'll tell you, Big, you're right. But as far as I know, that poop throwing video has been taken out from YouTube. In fact, he tried to upload it twice, and it was taken down, and then he uploaded on X. I remember all the drama that happened with it. So yes, these things do happen. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't want to use terms like soft power and all these things. I just feel that we as Indian Americans or Indians need to step up and ask. We have to push for justice. And the reason I say that is when someone says something nasty about our Jewish friends, you see that they are coordinated. They come in as a collective, and a lot of our good Indian friends also support them, and we make sure that this sort of activity doesn't go without any action on them. I feel like we've got to learn from our friends on how we can speak out loud. That is primarily what I think you should do. Apart from that, I don't think there's any serious. There's no influence, quote unquote, that they. Let's not spread that.
Yeah, if you really thought like I can't stand these people any less, then you might be surprised, because wow, if that doesn't inspire absolute fucking contempt, I don't know what possibly could. Okay. And then also, oh wait, I already got this one. Okay. So that's it. Fuck these people. Fuck this Sid Harth guy in particular. Now, I want to reward everybody. All those people who came over from YouTube to Kick or to Rumble. You deserve a reward. You deserve the content you crave. You deserve the best that I have to offer up front. And that is why we have more Chantal on Scooty Puff. This is up to 5 minutes of Scooty Puff content, chat. I think you'll all enjoy this. Okay, let's just sit through it, see how it goes. Okay.
Okay, so this is public property. No, this is public here, buddy. So right here, I'm going to educate you today. He's trying to tell me that I can't film from here, from the parking lot. Whatever. What a loser. Is this your property? No, it's not.
She's arguing.
No, it's not.
She heard about Sid Harth and his call for soft power, and is now just openly flying in the face of the SARS as they attempt to escort her off of mall property.
I have a right to film in public, and if you want to listen to haters, I don't give a shit. Fucking losers, bruh. I'm not leaving. I'm allowed to be here. Like, I'm allowed. He's trying to tell me I can't go into Loblaws for 24 hours. And then they're like following me. Oh, we're escorting you out. What is your name and badge number? Ignoring me. Can someone look up the law? Do they own the public parking lot, or am I allowed to be here? This is good content, honestly. Am I allowed to be here? Does anyone know? No, seriously, I need someone to Google it. No, they can't trespass me in Bambi. I'm not filming. I left when they told me to. Yeah, they may own the car park. It's a public parking lot. Like, what? They don't own the whole friggin' area. It's so stupid. I'm not talking to you. See ya. This is not public this is public property. No, it isn't.
Mom, please remove yourself from our properties, Mom. We own this parking lot, Mom. You are not allowed to be. You're not allowed to be filming here, Mom.
Detained? Okay, sure. Okay, sure. I didn't break any laws. Go fuck yourself. What the fuck? Idiots, man.
She can't even defend herself with a handgun. Some fucking Jeep puts his hands on you. Bam! Bam!
You're fucking retarded. You're gonna be detained. Detain me, bitch. Why is nobody looking it up? It's private? No, no, they're not. No, it's not. I'm allowed to be in a park. I can't film in a parking lot? Okay, let me look this up right now.
She then looks up if parking lots are public or private property and discovers that they are private property. So she just drops the subject.
Anyways, whatever.
Anyways. Is this a part of that segment? I think it goes all the way till...
You're gonna be detained. You have a small dick. Stupid assholes.
Sorry. Oh, dude, I forgot to mention this, and now is the appropriate time, since why not? I might as well take a break from the Chantal bit. Osteogenesis imperfecta is the name of the condition that Frederick Brennan had. And you may not know this, but Frederick Brennan is actually the author of the photos. He has donated them to Wikimedia. So this was his account, Saicedelisto, from Tambian, Philippines. His Fursona is on his channel. He's worked on 2 channel and the Osteogenesis Imperfecta channel. And so he's donated his own x-rays of his body to Wikimedia for this article. Now, this is interesting because we can take up some of these pictures and check them out here. Left forearm AP, you can see how his bones have broken and deformed over time from the injuries. That's quite terrific to look at, honestly. This is his spine, chest, and pelvis. You can see his spine is bent, like sort of like how a road bends around a mountain. It's really quite something to look at. That's his pelvis right there. You can see that it bends and makes like a shape like a paper clip. This is his other arm. It's built in the exact same way. You can see that his somehow his upper arm bends inward and then his forearm bends outward. And then we have his femur. Now we can check out the femur here. Zoom in and you can see that the femur, because he doesn't walk, is less damaged than the arms and the spine, which move around a bit more. Let me just zoom in there real quick about this femur situation. You can see this pelvis from the other picture right there. So yeah, he did upload these to himself. They're now free media in case anyone would like to use them here. And this has been my presentation on Osteogenesis Imperfecta. Back to the Chantal clip.
Makes him feel big. You're gonna be you touch me, I'm kicking you in your nuts and going to jail. I don't give a fuck. You put your hands on me, I'm gonna fuck you up. Hi. No, it isn't. You fucking loser.
This is still private property, Mom.
This is
please.
Property.
They're
this
literally
is a sidewalk.
Her crime is like filming herself on her Scooty Puff, and these Jeets have to justify their continued existence in Canada so desperately that they're like escorting her all the way to like the end of the block. Like she's on the sidewalk walking past the property, and they're like shadowing her.
Call the cops then. Call the cops. Call the cops. Okay, good.
Just take a look behind you. It belongs to the first.
Okay, whatever. This is Blair Station, is it not?
Yours up to this place. Just take a look behind you.
Where?
Over there. Just go ahead a bit and you're gonna know.
Whatever.
So you're still filming in private property, and
Yeah. Excuse me. I don't care.
She
This
should
is
get
a
a
public
gun.
sidewalk, you idiot. It's a public sidewalk. Fucking loser.
In the United States, and this is true, there was a Supreme Court case where the Church of Latter-day Saints tried to remove protesters from sidewalks on streets that they owned. They had built the streets, they had built the sidewalks, but the Supreme Court held that the public had reasonable access to those amenities, even though they were privately owned. So these Jeets might be thinking, because in Jeetistan you can own a fucking sidewalk in a road and kill anybody that steps on it, I guess, if you have enough money. But at least in the US, I don't know how it is in Canada, a sidewalk, even if you built it, even if you own it, is a public amenity that someone can scooty puff down all they fucking want. So seeing these fucking Jeets chase after her and say no, you can't scooty saw, you cannot scooty puff down our sidewalk saw. This is our sidewalk saw. It does not matter if it's attached to the public road saw. It is our sidewalk saw. Just oh man, I really fucking hope that you get deported. I hope that we take Canada and we fucking deport every single person who looks and talks like you back to wherever the fuck you came from. And if we can't, I hope that we dump you off in the middle of the fucking Central African Republic, because fuck you. Next, our girl, Anna Kasparian, has made some posts on Twitter that has riled up some people. Anna Kasparian, of course, devoted Kiwi Farms user. Happy to have her. She says this in response to Joel Berry. Joel Berry says, notice the left isn't attacking Tucker or Candace. Anna Kasparian says Tucker, like 80% of the country, doesn't want to go to war with Israel or with Iran on Israel's behalf. I like that. Less pointless war is good. 42 Black Flag says, make the Goyim unwake up. And it's a picture of Benjamin Netanyahu. Anna Kasparian is laughing, crying to this. And Sonny Ursus says, coming out as an open anti-Semite, Anna. Hyperrot then asks, Goyim is used by the freaks I just talked about to shit on those they see as inferior, which includes many among the masses. Sonny says, that's pretty pathetic. That's a pretty pathetic attempt to buy Anna some plausible deniability. Hyperrot says it's pretty pathetic to ignore that there are Jewish people who are ethno-supremacist pieces of shit. You're grasping at straws. They go back and forth. I've heard Nick Fuentes say he's not racist, so I guess his other statements about locking up every black male with no longer counts. And then Anna caps this off. Hyperrot says, dude, Nick has fucking admitted to being a racist and regularly tries to justify why. You straight up bullshitting that he denies it. Your counter falls apart. Sonny Ursa says, and here Anna is replying to an obvious anti-Semite about the Goyim waking up. Only anti-Semites talk like that. Anna Kasparian caps this off and says, hey bitch, the Goyim are waking the fuck up. Deal with it. Someone retweeted this. I think even Joel Berry himself retweeted this and said, this is anti-Semitism. So the following day, Anna Kasparian made this post where she says, I do not regret this comment. I don't apologize. Israel is evil, genocidal, and has destroyed our country. They're about to drag us into another war, and all we hear from Israelis and their brain-dead supporters is anti-Semite if you disagree with Israel's agenda. They will smear you to silence you and all the Jewish individuals who don't subscribe to their disgusting behavior. Israel loves to play victim as they bomb 7 countries, steal land, and openly air their genocidal intentions. They are the immoral ones. It is a stain on our country that we consider them allies. Many have woken up to this reality. Call me whatever you want. The truth matters, and I'll never apologize for repeating it. So I guess the Goyim are truly waking the fuck up. Now, you might think that might make her a black sheep, considering she's from the Young Turks, a very progressive-leaning, liberal demographic. However, Chunk Yogurt himself, uncle of Hassan Piker, Jeet here. Here, Jeet was the one that said, this is anti-Semitic, full stop. So, in reply to Jeet here, Uncle Cenk Yogurt replies, so let me get this straight. The Israeli first elites who were friends with Epstein calling all of us Goyim and making fun of their inferior Goyim was not a problem, but someone sarcastically alluding to it is the problem. Sure, let me guess. We should all be canceled. To which someone named Crocodile Addict says, Goyim is not an insult, you fat Nazi. Chunk Yogurt replies to this one by saying, then why is everyone so emotional about Anna using it? You guys make no sense. So your logic is it's not an insult. That's why anyone who uses the term is a Nazi. Do you have any idea how stupid that sounds? Brian Wade says, because the way that Nazis use it, they are using it as an insult. Sony Ursus is back and says, this is you pretending not to understand the point to make discourse impossible. Oh, suddenly leftists just pretend not to understand things, huh? Anna was accusing Jews of hating all non-Jews, which is a veiled threat, call to violence in the guise of self-defense. And then Acceptable Frog says, who is writing your tweets for you these days, Chunk? So I guess she's going to get to stay in the Young Turks. Chunk Yogurt has co-signed this. I guess maybe we'll start hearing Hassan Piker refer to people as the Goyim. All the left can do is steal from the right, chat. Why is it like that? Okay. Let's see. Let's read this. A long time ago, for whatever reason, All the Fallen, which is like a lolicon site, had issues staying up. And we got blamed for this, even though nobody did anything. It just had hosting issues because it's a lolicon site. Registrations are now closed on the site, and the administrator is saying that he's going to shut down the site because of various issues that I will read in his post. Registrations are closed. I am shutting down the site within the next few months, Vistar, and about the threads concerning this. So he says, this is not the first time I thought about calling it quits. Hosting a site of this size and nature does take a toll on you, even if the challenge on itself has been a major motivator to keep going, and it's only getting a steeper uphill still. If the so-called basics are covered from technical hosting sides, you still have to worry about operating within the boundaries of the law, keeping the bad actors at bay, as well as malicious attempts to bring the site down by DDoS, deplatforming, doxing, and so on. With laws and regulations tightening not only on pornography, but what can be done with AI, as well as in general with what you can do or say online, and platforms are increasingly held as responsible what any given member does, the operating costs are getting higher. For optimal performance, this site would need a full 10 gigabit throughput, and I'm falling short from paying it, having to settle something like 80% of that. There's fees for co-location, VPS bandwidth, emails, backup system. Yeah, buddy, tell me about it. $20K a year? This is like the largest lolicon site like ever, right? How can they not scrape together $20K a year? The server responsible for running the forum is running out of space in 6 months. All the bays are taken. If the raid level is dropped, then maybe an additional year of time can be gained. I'm not looking for financial support. If you have an old crypto address for me, don't use that, as it's a high chance it won't reach me. The users themselves are getting more troublesome. In the beginning of my reign, I was all aboard the idea of let 100 flowers bloom, let 100 schools of thought contend. This guy really thinks his lolicon website is like a philosophical statement. The problem is, as your numbers grow, there is less cohesion. There's a lot of people who will take advantage of whatever platform you offer, and they will exploit it to their selfish needs with no concern to it or others. Thankfully, I've had a lot of help from our staff, past and present. Without them, the site would implode within the day. I want to keep the site operating long enough for people to back up what they deem valuable and migrate elsewhere. I think he's just talking about leaving. Supporting for existing sites. I want to say that I am not doing this under sudden legal pressure or duress, excluding the situation with the database. The site has received maybe 5 subpoenas in total when I've been in charge. None of them were any blanket requests, but reasonable in their justification, focusing on individual users, which I have fulfilled. None came with a gag order. Now, this is the database issue. Back in May 2025, I was suffering from health problems and burnout, due to which this guy just can't JO to lolicon hard enough. He's got burnout. He's got like fucking rug burns on it. Due to which my absence from ATF was long enough for the staff to get really worried. contingency planes were manned, and John Molotov, who has been removed from staff earlier, was brought back due to his technical knowledge to make a backup of the forum's database, just in case. This was possible by gaining shell access by leveraging Zenforo's plugin system. So you let him have add-on access to the forum, so he could upload a virus to gain access to the shell to download the database. He didn't even really need to do that. You can download a copy of the Zenforo database if you give someone unrestricted admin. So this guy just gave somebody unrestricted admin, like, whoops, somebody did something to get a whole total copy of the database. Not too long after I finally resurfaced, I questioned John about the backup and these still existing backdoors they built to run arbitrary code on the site. I removed their backdoors, and John said he had deleted the database when he saw that I had returned. I spent a lot of time explaining how dangerous the database is to countless people's lives if fallen to the wrong hands. Sorry, the name is All the Fallen, but he's also using the word fallen here, and it tripped me up. In the wrong hands, I wonder who that could be, chat. The numerous ways this could happen, they assured me I had nothing to worry about. It's already gone. So then he had an issue with John moderating the site, and then John tried to force his hand. I have to, at this point, assume that negotiations have broken down. As such, I'm going to have to proceed with the nuclear option. And then there is a Zenforo URL for a file, .backup.sql. I didn't want to have to reveal I had this, as I was still intent on normalizing relations and returning to staff. Since that clearly won't be happening, I will instead change my demands. I want this to not have to be worth it. Fire every single person who threatens to resign. Basically, I would have to hand the site over to them, or they would dox everyone. Thus, I responded with my own ultimatum that he was going to shut the site down. So then he backed off. None of this was ever disclosed to users. This guy's a fuck up. No wonder why he's shutting down the site. So, okay. So you open a Lolicon site, you open a forum, and regardless of how hard you try to tell people to not be fucking retards with what information they provide a forum when they register, people are going to register, and they are going to provide like a real email address and the email address. So there are probably, I don't want to search the net and fucking Google, but if anyone wants to go to the site and tell me how many users they have, there are probably tens of thousands of users though who have access on the accounts on the forum. Yeah, a certain percentage of them have probably used real email addresses. So he then gives a guy unrestricted admin access who downloads a copy of the database by adding a fucking Trojan horse to your server, which you can't ever be truly sure is gone unless you completely reformat the entire device. Like he could still have shell access right now and you wouldn't know. And so his immediate reaction is, fuck it, I fucked up everything. I'm just going to close down the site. So, yeah, there you go. That's what's happened. But you know what? The Kiwi Farms is still going to get blamed. It's still our fault. Okay. So, not really in any kind of binding material between these two, but I did open the stream with a little animation. I felt inspired. I put on Zitter this clip, which received a lot of comments and views despite not many likes, but I'll play it for you now. Okay.
Folks, you need to wake up and smell the fascism.
This is Technology Connections, and Technology Connections is a very beloved channel because he is very obviously autistic, and he has a very nice, friendly, happy little niche interest of consumer electronics, something that not many people put too much thought into. But as he says, he's a proud Midwesterner from Illinois, and he likes to save a buck where he can, and he likes to pay attention to appliances and how appliances can be made better for less. His big one, his most interesting bottled rant is about dishwasher detergent. He outlines in excruciating detail to the point where he has bought washing machines and soldered on a plastic cover to the side. Like he cut a hole out and then covered it with plastic and then ran a wash to show how it works. He has proven that laundry detergent as a powder works better and costs a fraction of the laundry detergent that comes in a pod. That is his most important thing. He hates those fucking pods, and he says that the plastic that they come in, even though it does dissolve, it actually dissolves into like microplastics. So it's not that great for the environment. It's not that great for you. It's not that great for your wallet. There's literally no reason to use them, but for some reason, they are a hot commodity. Even I use them, chap. So it's interesting. It's an interesting listen. He breaks down things. He goes into details about heat dispersion. There's a very nice video that he's done about what is it, like freezing food. It's like a weird device that like dries out food by freezing stuff in like a high pressure environment. Very interesting videos. And one of his other autistic interests is in electric energy, or sorry, solar energy. He likes solar, he likes wind. He's one of those people. So of course, as a rural Midwesterner, he bought himself a Tesla and he bought himself a Starlink, and then Elon Musk became bad. And so he's had to apologize and rationalize in his head why he made these decisions, why he owns these devices of pure unadulterated fascism. And this is an argument he makes in this video, because he talks about how there are false concerns about windmills killing birds, which is not a false concern, and they actually kill more bats than birds, which I think is good enough reason to ban them outright, because bats are extremely important in preventing the spread of malaria, which is the #1 killer of human beings of all time ever across all ages, by like not even like a small margin, but like an astronomical margin of preventable deaths. Malaria is #1. The other thing is that he says batteries can be recyclable. He goes into detail about how lithium-ion batteries can be recyclable. We don't have the technology to economically recycle lithium-ion batteries at this exact moment. However, we definitely can once the heckin' science is figured out, so don't worry about it. And that's the gist of his arguments, that people are overly concerned about a non-problem regarding dead birds, and people are overly cautious about something that will be fixed in the near future once the science is settled on it. However, in this pre-rant, he doesn't address one particular thing, which anybody who is a heckin' conservatard who is against the petroleum industry would immediately bring up. Doesn't even, literally not even once, acknowledges the alternative to solar and wind for green renewable energy. Does not even mention the word. Never says nuclear. Never says it. Not even one time. Never addresses the alternative. Because even a libshit like him has to know at the bottom of his heart that the only people that we are importing into this country to do any work are Indians. And you cannot trust an Indian with a nuclear power plant. It would result in a disaster. To the point where someone told me this, and I don't even know if this is true, but apparently Russia sold a bunch of submarines to nuclear submarines to India, and on the condition that Indian crew members would never be allowed into the nuclear engine room, and Russian crews would have to maintain it. So apparently India has a bunch of Russian submarines that are nuclear powered that still have continuous Russian staffing on them. And Indians are not even permitted to be in those rooms, because even the Russians know you cannot let a fucking Indian anywhere near a nuclear powered plant in a submarine. So, that's the first part. The second part is he just goes off and he just starts crying about ICE and about the Orange Man and about the X-Man and about deportations and how the government is just murdering innocent civilians. And he just fucking loses it. Apparently on his Patreon, he made some big, long-winded posts about the exact same thing. So I think a year ago I made a post about how he was going to True Out, and we're still on track. Someone said at some point he cut his hair. His hair was growing out really long, and then one day he cut it. So they felt like maybe he won't True Out, but he might still True Out, chat. He might still True Out. So that's all I want to say about technology connections. Hopefully he can recover, chat. Hopefully he can be redeemed, chat. Just needs to show true contrition, like Liz Fung Jones says. True contrition. Supposedly he has a wife, but I don't think there's any pictures of her. Think it's a wife, chat, or you think it's a wife? Air quotes. I'm doing the air quotes. You can't see them, but I am doing air quotes. It's possible. You never know these days. So the Pest have uncovered old media, forgotten media, a relic. From my understanding, this is either like some sort of author reading, like it's like a stand-up thing. It's not stand-up comedy. It's like you read your own works. And we happen to have a very popular author who makes recurring appearances on the stream named Patrick S. Tomlinson, child. And he went to this, whatever the fuck this is, to read a story he had written. And supposedly it's at this segment. And this is forgotten media that has been unearthed from the Wordslinger reading series, Horror CBG 2022. Let's listen. Oh, I see him. I see somebody back there.
Oh my gosh, keep it going for John! All right, we have one more author for us during this reading hour today. That is Patrick S. Tomlinson.
You didn't say it right. You have to say it Patrick S. Tomlinson, child. You don't say it like that, bitch. Get the fuck off the stage with your shitty pixel sunglasses.
Patrick is a sci-fi author, columnist, and Twitter fiend.
Oh my god. Imagine writing that in your bio and making someone else read that as yourself. That's so cringe.
Wisconsin with his wife, 2 cats, houseplants in various states of health, a Triumph motorcycle, and
This is like what you write about somebody in their Kiwi Farms thread. That's not how you describe yourself to an audience you want to impress.
a Ford Mustang. Make a bunch of noise as we welcome to the stage, Patrick!
Hi everybody, I'm going to be reading
Just to be clear, she did not have a mask on. He is wearing one voluntarily.
work in progress actually. It's about half done. It is a sequel to the Christmas Carol called A Christmas Carnage or The Temptations of Tiny Tim. Chapter 1, the first act. Scrooge was dead to begin with.
Does he normally have a bus and haircut? Sorry, I'm not going to Andy Worski this shit, but I just noticed that he's got a bussin' ass haircut, and I want to know if this is like his normal hair, or if he's trying to be like much younger than he is by like 35 years now.
I'm not actually sure if this qualifies as horror, but I guess you can choose as we go along here. Scrooge was dead to begin with. It had come as a surprise to his person, but not that big of a surprise, were he to be honest, which he endeavored to be. One of the many earthly virtues the spirits had labored to imbue within him through those long nights, holding up silver-looking glasses to his own countenance all those Christmas Eves ago.
He can read about as well as I can when I try to read something. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. He is an award-winning author, chat.
Early among them, poor Jacob, presumably even now straining under the weight of the iron links he'd forged through a corporeal life squandered in pursuit of sterling.
The subtitler can't. He said corporeal, but the subtitler can't even figure out what the fuck he's trying to say. Maybe it would be more distinct if you took the fucking mask off.
At the expense of the suffering of those fate had placed in his
No, this isn't stand up. This is like it's a place for authors to get together and read stories that they wrote.
charge. However, that was the distant past, at least insofar as the past, present, and future could be considered and contained within the meager confines of a single human skull, which Scrooge came to understand while looking down at his own mortal leavings he no longer inhabited. Even now, he felt his awareness rushing outward, like wine spilled from a cup, expanding in every direction to find the dimensions of the table and then cascade over the edges. Ebenezer strained to hold his essential constitution from flying off into the voids beyond his awareness. After so many years on Earth, he knew the shape of himself, his outline, his ledger. Yes, his ledger. While he'd grown into a softer man after his times with the spirits, Scrooge never migrated far.
His prose is very like ramblomatic and very word dense, and it does not translate well when he's reading aloud. Like if I'm trying to have a conversation with somebody and they start talking like this, I'm like, can you say that again, like fucking English, please?
Far from his first love of figures. That's how things were defined, after all. He could tell any passerby down to the halfpenny precisely and confidently how much goodwill and cheer he'd spread this winter's season. Bob Cratchit's inkwell and steady quill had tallied the numbers, and Ebenezer had proofed them
Oh
himself.
God.
The
Oh God, this
disintegration
is
of
like
whatever
20
unknowable
fucking
material
minutes.
comprised the essence of Scrooge
Holy
slowed,
shit.
then
I'll give it
halted
another
entirely.
minute, chat.
With effort, Scrooge forced that which remained of himself back into the shape to which he had grown accustomed over a mortal lifetime. He paused to wonder, was this the process through which the spirits themselves had been birthed? Did he now share their trials? Such philosophical and religious considerations could be delayed while the immediate concerns took precedence. One pressing reality could not be denied. Scrooge was dead, to begin with. This fact must be clearly and unequivocally understood, or no thing that follows will seem as wondrous or as terrifying as it demands. Not freshly dead, considering his considerable advanced age. Since his reunion with Jacob Marley's ghost, Ebenezer had been blessed with many more Christmas days than any mortal man could reasonably expect to bear witness. Looking down on his wrinkled ruins strewn across
I know what he's trying to do. Now that I've listened to it, I figured it out. He's trying to do the Telltale Heart, which has a very, very distinct, like flow to it, and like a very strong narrative. But you can't just like cram like there's an actual prose to the Telltale Heart that makes it one of the most famous poems of all time. And this is not it. This is just like rambling nonsense. I want to see how it ends. Did they like boo him? Did somebody shoot him?
his cane and leaned into it as he started the walk back home. But I intend to grow that knowledge, he whispered to the bitter night air.
Yay, it's over. He's like gasping for air. Like you can see the mask was like pressing into his face as he was gasping for air after talking for 20 minutes, standing up.
Excellent. Make a bunch of noise for all of our readers. 2 minutes left. Does anyone have
Look, the enraptured audience chat. Wordslinger reading our horror at Wordslinger's Way. And there we go. We got the audience. She loved it. She thought that it was a great book. And she really is. Oh, she's so happy. The audience is so thrilled. In case you're only listening, it's like 3 people in the audience. There's like 40 empty chairs. He thought that he would be safe. He thought that he could come to this fucking thing and read this and that there would be no evidence of it. But unfortunately, it's already clipped in on the Kiwi Farms and people are calling him fat. So that's just how it is. Next. Our boy, Darkside Phil, who I usually don't want to talk about, okay? But this is apparently big fucking news. This is apparently a part of the decline as Phil's career fully and completely comes to a halt. After the last fiasco, where a DSP attempted to live stream the VR Boy is what it's called, which was a headset that had no other outputs for him to actually stream. Darkside Phil decided he'd switch it up a little bit and talk about something that would distance himself from that video game controversy. So he went back to where he's most comfortable, eating Wendy's. So he bought some chicken nuggies from Wendy's, and he attempted to eat them for his audience. Let's see how that plays out for him, chat.
Oh, you see, what they did is they gave you a hole in the box so you can do this. And you can then take your chicken and dip it into the sauce, and the sauce won't go everywhere. It stays in the box. See that? Okay. But I will ask this. That's fine for your first tender. When you go for the next one, what happens? You open it, and the sauce goes everywhere. Anyway, here's what the tenders look like.
So if you're listening, let me see. This is a great way to get free content, is by having a podcast that people listen to, because then you get to break it down. Darkside Phil is presenting to the audience, kind of like how Review Bra would, a box of chicken nuggies from Wendy's. In this box, there is a flap. The flap just so perfectly fits a bottle or a little packet of sauce, like a little cup of sauce, that you can put into the flap so that as you eat, your sauce is readily available to you, and it's not off to the side like if you ever eaten in a car and you have to put like a cup of sauce on the console, and you might elbow it, and then soy sauce is in your cup holder and you never bother to clean it out. That might happen to you. That's really terrible. So Wendy's has innovated on the box and has put a little holder for the sauce so that it says contained as you eat. However, they did not make the instructions explicit enough for DSP. He put the sauce in the flap on the top of the box so that when he went to open the box to get the chicken nugget, the sauce immediately poured out onto his fucking table, because he didn't quantify in his head the physics of a liquid in a cup and opening that thing to tilt it backwards. In case you don't know, you're supposed to put it on the inside. You're supposed to fold it out and put the little cup in the lid, and then keep it there so that both the chicken tendies and the sauce are facing you at the same time. You don't have to keep opening it and closing it. I don't know why the fuck Darkside Phil would not be able to comprehend this, but I guess I should probably write something on the inside of the box for people who are literally retarded. Because apparently Darkside Phil is. It must be so difficult to be retarded, because you're going through life and you're utterly befuddled by ordinary everyday things literally designed for your convenience, but for some reason you just can't grasp anything. No matter what it is, you just can't understand it. You can't wrap your mind around it because you're too simple. And also impeding him is that it's everybody else's fault. As he dumps barbecue sauce into his own lap, he gets angry at Wendy's and curses them and says, why would you trick me, Wendy? Why would you trick me and put this flap here so that I may dump barbecue sauce in my own lap? Why would you do this to me, you fat ginger bitch? So that's it. That's what's going on with Wendy. Fuck you, Wendy, you cunt. Fear Buck is the name of the account, but Fear Buck has announced that after 34 days after announcing that he had, he didn't announce, but he shared a link that contained child nudism to the entire internet. Twitch has magnanimously unbanned Lakari. I suppose he's completed his porn addiction therapy and is now completely healed and reintegrated into society. That's nice of them. I really don't understand why you don't just give up at this point. Like, why even bother? After you show your fucking child porn collection on Twitch, you're just fucked, bro. You're fucked. You're the most fucked black man of all time. Oh, is he? No, this is like an issue. Nope, he's unbanned. Of course, he has like a white. Oh, that's right. Is that his girlfriend? Is she still with him? The one that said that she knew about his proclivities. He hasn't streamed yet. He's sitting back there thinking, I need to knock this shit out the park. How I make it clear to him that like just because there was child porn shit in that link that I showed everyone, that I wasn't consuming the child porn. You know what I'm saying, man? Well, shit. So he's just got to figure out the right string of words to finesse it. I hate how Twitch streamers look. They all look like fucking prostitutes. They literally all look like prostitutes. Okay. Chat. So that might be it. This might be the shortest stream I've done in years because that's it. I don't know. Did I forget anything? Did I forget anything since Monday? Now you guys know since why I stopped streaming twice a week. Yeah, already. Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened at all. What's happened with Boss Man? Okay, what should I talk about with Boss Man? I don't think anything has happened. There's a new episode. Here, let's just read the thread together. Ready? I'll just show you. I'll just show you. Nothing's happened. There's like one page of posts in the community feature thing. I don't want to talk about fucking Mexico. If I say the wrong thing about the cartel, they'll fucking kill me, bro. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, drug addicts and fucking drug dealers deserve to kill each other. You know, I don't give a shit. Ralph is in Mexico. Yeah, he's getting like A-logged and shit, but that's it. Nothing's happened with Ralph. Ralph's not done nothing. There was a scam in the UK. A Arab man ripped off Barclays Bank and fled the country. There's that. Fish Tank is starting a new season. Oh, look, Jet Neptune has something to say. The reaction to being asked to pay for our services $10 is nuts. Edited show free. Live show free. Ultimately, it's people mad my niche hobby is collecting weird shoes. I drive a trapped out Chrysler 300 with broken control arms. Will never feel bad about saying my shit is good and I want to be paid for it, and you shouldn't either. The hordes of poor and retarded internet scum. Lowercase I, Jet. Which one? I don't know. Maybe those people in the North Korean internet do owe you $10. It's a sentiment that comes from terminally unemployed. Anyone reading this who has a job understands that they shouldn't wake up at 7:30 a.m. unless they were getting paid. Get the season pass or don't. Well, you know what? Why even post this? What is the communication being made? Why is his avatar Caesar from Fallout New Vegas? Does he think he's Caesar? Does Sam Hyde need to remind him that he is at best the Volpez to his Caesar, and that without him he would be nothing? That he would be lashed to the cross himself? I don't think so. Yeah, why post this? Why does this guy? Why does Jet? This is a serious question. I don't know. Maybe Jet gets sent clips of me shit talking him. Why do you like deliberately antagonize people who like you? Why do you shit on the Kiwi Farms for, you know, the Kiwi Farms thread for this shit, this fucking bullshit? 4,300 pages. That is almost twice the length of the Bossman Jack thread, which is one of the most popular threads that we have on the entire site. It has a live chat. People post in the fucking live chat. Hello, live chat. They're posting right fucking here. They're posting right now. These people are so dedicated to this fucking show that they're in this chat talking about fucking Fish Tank in like the off season. It's not even going on. It's just like a small community of like 10 plus people. But he's like, we should literally beat these people to death with bats because they're from the Kiwi Farms. How about this, Jet? Do you want people to give you $10? Don't shit on them constantly. Because look, this guy's clipping this. Like, do you want to see these hijinks? Do you want to see like broken, depressed people that want to be famous, like tiptoeing their way through string? You got to watch fucking Fish Tank. Are you upset at me for not giving for this message? You should fucking see. I'm about to start grifting mega. Okay, look down here. We have 309 out of 600 monthly donors. Okay, do you want to see the other Kiwis come out of their eggs? Do you want the Kiwi to be like egg vored back into his egg? Well, you got to click this and donate. I actually have a really big announcement to make next stream, probably. But it will be the end of literally 6 months of work, and then the end of multiple years of work. and more problems coming up. So listen here, I'm gonna start chilling. Here's what I'm thinking, chat. Okay, I'm thinking up here. Let's go into the editor, right? I need like some kind of big ass fucking. I guess I can just do the body. Here, maybe we can do this. I'll take the notices block. Can I paste it here? Oh, I can't paste it like you can with that. Okay. Anyways, I'm thinking of putting a giant banner up there. Okay. And something like this. Some giant fucking banner. Okay, like this. And we're going to put this at the top of the Kiwi Farms. Okay. Can I edit this? Okay. Yep. Does that work? No, it doesn't work because of the chorus. God damn it. Anyways, giant message just like this saying you got to fucking help out. Okay. I'm going to put the eggs up at the top. I'm going to show these guys how to shill. I've realized that I'm not shilling good enough. Okay. And my users don't even know. My users don't even know that the support button actually takes you to the account upgrades page and not to like our help system. That's how fucking bad I am at shilling. So I've got to figure this out. Anyways, my advice to Jet, stop shitting on your own audience. People in the forum actually like your fucking fish tank bullshit. And it's just like, fuck you guys. I drive a beater. I drive a fucking hoopty. So what do you got to say about that, huh? What do you got? Are you not going to subscribe to Fish Tank now? Knowing that Jet Neptune drives a hoopty? You better subscribe, man. One day that car is just going to break down, and then Jet Neptune will be dead. He'll freeze to death because his car will break down on the side of the road during a blizzard. And then no more Jet Neptune. No more Fish Tank. All because you couldn't donate $10 to buy the season pass to upgrade his car, Jet. show Hot Wheels' deformed dick again. I think I can. Hold up. So yeah, here we go. It's there, right there. It's actually not deformed. He was very clear. He told me this apropos of nothing for some reason. He made sure that I knew that his penis doesn't have any bones in it, and so his illness does not impact his penis at all because there's no bones to be deformed within his penis. Okay. So there you go. Let's see. Matthew Moulton. He's looking a lot like Ralph. Hey, that's why you can put the Ralph there next to him. So Matthew Moulton, Onitis. I don't even like saying his name because he loves attention so much. He's joined the name under. So he's back. Okay. Bean Boy is back. Wonderful. So he's out of jail. He rejoined the Kiwi Farms. And that was the clip of him citing some bullshit as he was getting charged with threatening the Volusia County Sheriff. Cool. He's gone insane and is plunging into the AI girlfriend-boyfriend community thread. Debate the ethics of having a furry AI daughter with him? I think that's even weirder than having an AI wife. Like having an AI child. That's bizarre. Oh, I can chat with her? Wait, hold up. Let me make sure this is safe for kick. Oh boy. I can chat with Christy. Hey, what's up, Christy? Oh, I have to register. So I can say hello, but then I have to register. Okay. I don't want to. I mean, no, I don't want to. It's called chub.ai. That sounds sexual to me. I don't want to register something called chub.ai. That's fucking sick. That's sickening. Okay. Yeah, that's not happening. Sorry, I can't do that. Anything happen with Ralph? I don't think so. I think Ralph is dying. Oh, this is the DSP board. See, I'm telling you, Ralph is like dead. It's a fucking over for Ralph. He's currently live streaming on Twitter from Mexico. Okay, let's just skip halfway into this. Which I can do because I fixed my site and therefore I can scan videos finally. I said very confidently. Just has to look for it real quick, chat.
Stormed out the bar. I was there with Dick and I guess it's his wife now. And they just ordered some food. I got up and stormed out and told the waitress to go fuck herself. I don't do that here. That's American privilege there. I don't act like that. In Tijuana for sure that would have went over differently. Tijuana, excuse me. And I'm pretty sure it would go over differently here too.
Okay, he's just driving around Mexico. He walking? Do we get to see him?
Seems to be some kind.
Oh hell
going
yeah!
on there, but
I'm getting
it's
seasick.
not my business. I'm a visitor.
Oh no! Bro, that is some wobble right there. That's not even like wobbling as he walks. That's like
Those weren't
can't
FBI
even
warnings,
stand up
don't
straight.
fucking know. There were missing persons posters actually. There's some more over there. Also, I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here. Is it still? Make sure the
once great sector just ruins now. I will read the Reddit segment and then I have Lipstick Alley open. We'll poke around Lipstick Alley a little bit. Try to burn the midnight oil a little bit. Our Women's Liberation, a subreddit of women who rejected trans ideology, was targeted by a harassment campaign from Against Hate subs last night. Women's Liberation is now banned. It appears that Bardfin, a powerful trans Reddit moderator, orchestrated the campaign. So this is in Against Hate subreddits. V. Riskel Drunk says, Women's Liberation exists solely to promote extreme transphobia and needs to be banned for violating the site's rule number 1. And this is tagged with crab emojis, hate sub banned. Let's look at the very first thing you see upon visiting the subreddit. Users discuss how long they went along with being trans allies until they woke up. I feel like being transphobic is the natural outcome of critical thinking. When the first lesbian Tim I met wouldn't stop talking to me about they kept their penis in a literal penis cage, it was over for me. Men cannot be women. Male human cannot be female humans. Yes, they will call us transphobic for this, but if being wrong means acknowledging reality, I don't want to be right. So this is the causus belli here. And then Bardfin Sticky's a comment and says, update, Women's Liberation banned last night by Reddit for promoting hatred, obviously transphobia. Can I short Reddit? What's Reddit stock looking like? I want to see this real quick. Oh, dude. Dude, I should have shorted that shit. Why did it only start dropping like in 2000? Why did this happen? It's like half, man. I should have fucking shorted that in December. Look at that. I would have doubled my money almost. Deserved. There's no value in Reddit. Reddit has no value as a service to anyone. I already read this. Okay, let's read Lipstick Alley. Okay, the featured threads. Okay, you ready? U.S. aims to bring 4,500 white South Africans per month as refugees, document says. So this is the article here. Wandaland says, they doing what Latin American countries did. Stop slow migration from brown and black countries and increase migration from white folks. Why? They are so evil, it makes me shiver. It makes him shiver knowing that 4,500 migrant refugees from a very poor country are coming over to the United States. Not because he's against migration in any way, shape, or form, but because they're very specifically white, and that actually it makes him shiver. And 61% or 61 people upvoted this. Oh, this is like a meme. That's me as the duck, I'm pretty sure. So this here is why I loves me, Mr. Donald. He's going to pull all the illegals, and instead of giving us black folks some jobs. No, sorry, this is for Uncle Ruckuses that vote Trump, okay? So he's going to pull all those illegals. Instead of giving us black folks them jobs, he's going to give them to some poor, racist South Afrikaners. Who cares if the black unemployment rate continues to skyrocket? I loves me some Mr. Donald. The LSA digital blackface maggots. Oh, so that's not even like a real black person. That's a digital blackface pretending to be black. Anybody who is black on the internet and supports Trump is a white maggot. Okay. Isn't it ironic that only low value whiteys want to migrate here? He knows what he's doing. Norwegians play the US dust. Hopefully SA kicks them all out. So these first batch of refugees came here and recently told us a story about how bad the living conditions are. Now another 4,500 want to come here. Good luck with that. Are you saying that there's no magic dirt and that they won't magically be better people as soon as they come to the US? That sounds kind of fucking racist. White South Africans are so racist. I wonder what made them racist. The literal worst of their kind. How do we petition this? Queen of Music says they are bad. Okay. Oh, LSA is Lipstick Alley, so this is them being catty against their own kind. Tumbleweed will roll through this thread as you will not hear a peep from the Black MAGA from Lipstick Alley. Okay. Oh, brother, they'll be getting housing, food, and shelter. They're the worst. Dude, the moment that it's white people coming in, black people are like anti-immigration, anti-refugees, anti-social housing, anti-social benefits. That's funny. Yeah, they feature shit really fast, huh? Who podcasts, Book Alley, Music Alley, Black America Forum. That sounds Black History Forum, Afro-European Forum. Let's see this. What do people think Kamala Harris was going to do for the Black American community? She did 0 as VP. Expectations would be low. Hard to believe she would be removing anything black for all aspects of society. She wouldn't be doing anything positive for us either. Our history is so vast that it could be celebrated only by us and still makes waves. Black people really think the world fucking revolves around them. Front porch. Mother brags about shaving her daughter's hair off to teach her a lesson. The realization that adults can be jealous of children was very jarring. Okay, you got me. Parents refusing to let their daughters go to prom because they didn't. Oh, that is like a social phenomenon. Okay. Noticing homeless becoming entitled lately. I just had a homeless wave me off because I didn't have any money. I cussed his ass out A to Z because who even are you? I don't have to explain anything to you, but I know if he keeps tapping on random people's cars when they say no, he'll come up short, which is probably why he's in the position he is in the first place. That's why many have no sympathy for their behinds. For their behinds? Because they're getting fucked in the ass? Oh, that's why many people outside of the homeless community do not sympathize for them. I understand. I like how this guy has Black Donald Trump as his avatar, and his title is "It's My Pussy and I'll Squirt If I Want to." I hope he catches your ass at the intersection again and takes a shit on the hood of your car. Always be careful around the homeless. I'm scared he could have done something to you. Okay. I'm 30 but look 18. huge mega corporations should be forced to be publicly owned so that we all have a say in them. That's called communism. Unpopular opinions about Atlanta. No longer the black Mecca. Run down. Ghetto. Nothing to do. Overrated. Overpopulated. AIDS infested. Bunch of broke folks with money. It's because it's full of Indians now. Wow, oh, can I search like Indians? Is there like a search thing? I probably have to be logged in to use the search bar, huh? Let's type in Indian. If they had a search, this would be much easier. A African American man mistaken for a sub-Saharan migrant leaves Morocco. Late March, during an identity check in Rabat, Timothy Hucks was arrested alongside a group of irregular migrants, mostly from sub-Saharan. Irregular migrants? So we don't even say undocumented migrants anymore. When we don't say illegal immigrants, we say irregular, as in they are here illegally. They came over illegally through irregular methods, and thus they are irregular. Okay. The African-American citizen was mistaken for a sub-Saharan migrant. Traumatized by the event, Hucks decided to stay home and keep a low profile while in Morocco. However, the situation resulted in him overstaying in Morocco, and since then he has been struggling to try to leave the country. 3 days after sharing his ordeal on social media and speaking to Yabi Ladi about it, the young man was finally able to leave the kingdom and return home. So he wasn't an irregular migrant by the end of the day. Okay. When did TikTok become so toxic? I got TikTok a month ago because I wanted to see a few videos that were linked on there. It's quite addicting to doom scroll. I am now considering deleting it because it's so toxic. More than Instagram. More than Instagram. That's impressive. Apparently Instagram is super racist now. I don't know why certain things are added to my For You page, but there are a few topics that have been flooded with For You, and I can't get rid of them. The pseudo boycott against African businesses being pushed out by some FBAs for 8-1. I never saw the video of people pushing for the boycott, but I see people from Africa talking negatively about black Americans. The stuff that's being said is crazy. I don't even listen to the videos anymore, and I block people, but I'm still being bombarded with these videos. Africans telling black Americans they are African. It's such a weird dynamic. Black Americans telling them they are not. The Ralph Lauren collection that just came out, creating a lot of discourse amongst black Americans. This is from 2025. Why did this get bumped? Who bumped this? This lady did. She said, yep, to a year-old post. Cozy Roommate bumped a year-old thread to say, yep, thanks, Cozy Roommate. Black History Month erasure is real. There was a post here about the face of Black History Month being Afro-Latinos, and I thought first maybe it was an AI ad. My local supermarket just held a Black History Month celebration, and it was all different African or Caribbean countries celebrating their dance and music. No actual Black Americans, none of our music, none of our food, none of our stories or sacrifices. I'm very tolerant and open-minded. So now, even the black people feel displaced. They don't see black people in ads anymore. They see Africans. And they're like, oh no, we're being replaced. Queen Daenerys. So this is a big black man called Queen Daenerys after the white Game of Thrones character. And he says, that shit is making me angry. I don't care. You should have spoken with management. I just saw this ad for Black History Month, and it was a bunch of black people doing black things, but they were African or Afro-Caribbean black things and not Afro-American black things. Where's the jazz music? Where's the NBL? Where's the NFL? What about art? Where's the peanut butter, for God's sakes? Where's the peanut butter at, Kroger's? Okay. Over half of black Americans now being called that over African Americans. Should it be Black American History Month? Black women's incarceration rate is decreasing while white women's incarceration rate is increasing. I wonder why that is. Anything else? Relocation Alley? Living in Appalachia. Black people are like, we need to go to them heels and shit. I heard that they white. So my dream would be to get a large lotted wood of land with a creek running through it and build a modern style home. I love the woods and outdoors. I live in North Carolina. I'm thinking of going to the Appalachian State University for a master's degree. I'm very unambiguously black. Is my dream unrealistic? Do not. Do not, says Telulu. Do not. It's where all the racist, inbred Caucasians live. There's no jobs there. Nothing but poverty, drugs, and incest. They want to come to the mountains. Shit it up. They heard it was unshitted. Okay. I cannot believe that there's still a Trayvon Martin forum. That shit's been going on for like 16 fucking years now. Okay, and I'll read one more thing. Okay, the Interracial Relationship Forum. Let's read one from this here. Dating spicy white guys. I know that many black men prefer to date spicy whites to regular Connors. What's been your experience with them? The last spicy white dude I dated was wanted in 5 states by the FBI. I'm not kidding. Y'all better recheck them Connor boys. Just saying. He was nuts. Shit, nigga, that's nuts. I married mine. Oh, God. Well-groomed, romantic, planned nice dates, spent money on me, acted like men, and made me feel feminine. They don't expect you to chase them. They are the pursuer. Strict gender roles and bad tempers. God. Puerto Rican men versus Mexican men. How do divestors rationalize the fact that most white men are conservative or Republican? White women give birth to white culture and white women. Dude. So this person unambiguously to this question, why do you have interracial relationships? And this person immediately says to replace white people and destroy white culture. That's literally the very first thing that is said in this. By someone with 7,000 posts that's been here since 2017. White women don't have as much control over white men because white culture has always been more patriarchal. But let's say you're right. Doesn't explain why divestors are still running into white men. Black women, birth, and culture BM also matter. Vegas. Their pink deck and bank accounts, duh. I was told by Sagittarius Shoddy that white men's penis looks like raw chicken. But apparently she likes the pink deck. The people I know in my life who are in interracial relationships are struggling right now, crying, laughing. Oh, jeez. If this post was on the Kiwi Farms, it would have a completely and totally inverse meaning of what she's saying. Republican white men are broke. That's why they're so angry. Liberal and conservative white men believe the same shit on different fronts. Okay. Divestors are conservative Republican too. Well, what the fuck? I see. So they're race traders, basically. All right. Let's read the super chats. I'm sorry that this is a short stream, but even if I didn't push back last week's stream, I feel like there wasn't much to talk about this week. I need to get like a task force together to find shit. Please, God, I'm desperate. Go to TikTok and find things I can make fun of. Find me a green-haired troglodyte. And let me make fun of her. I don't even know who Parlo is. Oh, I decided not to do a Arc Raiders stream because I've already lost interest in Arc Raiders. It's just like I don't kill people randomly, so like I get put into. I discovered that there's something called aggression-based matchmaking, and if you don't kill people ever, you don't get put you get put into what they call the Care Bear lobbies, which is lobbies where nobody shoots each other. And if you do that, it's just really boring and there's no tension. And uh, the biggest danger is that you're just kind of bored running around the map, and then Rocketeers lock onto you. And then if a Rocketeer locks onto you, you're dead. There's no escaping it. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't kill it. You can't do anything. So you're just dead. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm so tired of running to filing cabinets and collecting rubber, trying to find a match where somebody's killed a Bastion so I can get the Bastion cell, because I can't get a weapon, because I can't find loot, because I can't upgrade my crafting bench. So I'm just like, whatever. And there you go. Right. Let's see. Kurt Eichenwald, anime masturbator for 10, says, rip the Hot Wheels. He was an odd duck, but I think the world is worse off without him. Probably not. Kurt Eichenwald, anime masturbator for 10, says, glorious Kiwi Emperor, your boo Chantal has made an appearance on the Kino Casino. I know Jism blasted a hole in your wall when you saw it. I haven't seen it. So, I mean, lots of people watch Chantal. She has like tens of thousands of hate channels watching her. Thank you very much. Genjada 1900 for 5 says, I heard you were a big gay and pose. Perhaps consider being less of both. Thank you for your attention to this matter. You're welcome. Capybara supporter for 1 says, sent a full send. Thank you. Borello Furman for 1 said nothing. Thank you. Vimervelas for 2 says, better not eat any meat today, boy. Oh, because it's nah, dude, I'm hungry. I might get some meat. Thank you. Haramburger for 2 says, booger eater Sven Stoffel is having to remind himself not to pick his nose live on camera. Num, 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 num. That's fucking gross, bro. Amphibicat for 5 says, hey, Josh, my girlfriend of 6 years left me last month, and your Autistic Weekly show has been a giant help in getting my mind off it. When are the Rakita files dropping? Fuck you. You know they're not dropping. They dropped, there's like ongoing cases, but the state has basically issued from the Supreme Court that they're not going to pursue that. So it's not happening, bro. Sorry about your girlfriend. Mematiki for 5 says, Juice, you cheese grater, can't support Bullet Fun on Kick. Awesome that you got the Helix cartoon guy. You never answer the pick ye question, Chud. I don't remember your question, but I assumed that if I skipped over it, there was an intention to this. Okay. Sven's been on my podcast more than anybody else, I think, at this point in time. I am an open arms internet racist. Thank you. Sneedo for 2 says, somebody sent me this gay ass post from a Pajit on a Miata, like the car group, Miata Facebook group. Okay. Let's see. It's on Catbox, so it takes a second. I'll read one more. Winter Soldier subscribed for 6 months. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Gak da Janchek for 10 says test. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Dark Western for 5 says happy pizza day. Thank you. It might just be a pizza day. I'm debating. I could go for some pizza. I'm not gonna lie. Bunker Housing for 5 says hello Josh and chat. Hello Bunker Housing. How are you doing? Thank you. Kolia Dante for $20 says, fun Indonesian fact, the Dutch mostly killed the natives on their plantation islands and replaced them with totally not slaves from Malaysia, so the current Spice Islanders are all Malays. I did not know that. Thank you. I only know what the Spice Islands are because they're very prosperous colonies in EU4. Thank you. Bussy Buffet for 20 says, your rant here. I don't know. I could rant about Liz Fong Jones. Liz Fong Jones is back, I guess. Now that he's no longer chief technical field officer at Honeycomb, he's bored and is looking for things to do. So he's trying to set up like DMCA traps. And I have to figure out a response to his bullshit. So we might have to go into litigation against Liz Fong Jones at some point. Thank you. Apartment Archive for 10 says, how's your classical conditioning coming along, Josh? And then you sent something from somebody called Bunny Cunny 271K, which I'm not going to even fucking open. I apologize. But thank you. Mark Carney Despiser for 5 says, I'm sick as shit. Say something nice about Canadians, not Indians. I don't know. They got PPP. PPP is a Canadian. He's pretty funny. It's bizarre how all Canadians are basically just Americans, but they pretend not to be, though. That's not a very nice thing to say, though. Thank you. TP Deluxe for 5 says, Sven's sipping energy drinks right in the face of a decaffeinated Josh. I believe this is what the youth refer to as a mogged. It's true. I am properly caffeine mogged. He did wake up at 1 a.m. to talk to me, so there's that. Ace of Sneeds for 5 says, is this the Hot Wheels person stream? No, it is not. Thank you, though. Iron Halo Corp for 10 says, Joshy boy, I know you have scant time to play video games, but you should play Prey 2017. This game is absolutely worth every second, and you can eat many Big Bang candies. Thanks. Keep up the good work. I've never even heard of that. But I don't know. The next time I'm in a rut and I'll play a video game, I might look into it. No promises, though. I usually just play a popular first-person shooter and shoot people until I get bored of shooting people, and then I'm done. I'm back on that grind set. I'm hitting my clawed maximums again. I got shit to do. I got people who need me, okay? I got a world to save. I got an internet to preserve. All right. Thank you, though. Logistical... By the way, that Catbox file is not opening. I think they block VPNs or some shit, so I can't even fucking see it. Logistical Nightmare for 10 says, my rant last Friday was lost to the ether. I didn't know you were streaming Monday till it was already over. Kiwi Frines, sign up for bill pay. They're re-egging our Kiwis. Aha, B-Jams. It's true. If you don't sign up for the Kiwi farms, the Kiwis go back into their eggs, and it's quite tragic, quite horrific. So it is important that people keep their bill pay up to date. I will have a big shill blitz coming up the next week because I am, like... There's no joke. Like, we have to hit the fucking goal. We have to. Our costs are very high. We're going to get sued by Liz Fong Jones soon. And we need income. Or the site can't exist. And that's just how it is. Thank you. Sneedo, for one, says, actually, Jurish, that trans femme with the crutches identifies as a cripple, you fash. Well, that's too fucking bad. You can't be trans cripple. That's not how it works. You have to cut off your legs if you want that. Iron Halo Corp for 5 says, also check out Wesley Dingus, mayor of Butler, Ohio. Okay, thanks. Bye. Village of Butler Mayor Wesley Dingus resigns amid voyeurism claims. Oh, that's right. He was caught smelling girls' underwear. I did hear about that. So there's a guy out there in Ohio sniffing undies, and he's not Indian, if you can believe it. Thank you. David S877 for 25 says, hello, Josh. Good news. Your 2026 American Eagle 1-ounce silver proof coin has been shipped from the U.S. Mint. Enjoy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's very expensive these days. I'll have to go get a care package from Charleston at some point. Thank you. Mimatiki for 2 says, no act pill. Happy smiley. Happy a choice. Remember, bro, your messages are literally incomprehensible to me. I apologize. Haramburger for 2 says, DDoS protection money making idea. Add an anime booba puzzle game to the rating screen with a donation button. Very good idea. Though I've been told donation buttons are a Democratic legislator talking point these days. Mimatiki for 2 says, you did the right thing, dude, but doing right well. I think that's referring to my nonprofit idea. A Goose 5567 for 5 says, Josh, you are a bulwark. I believe in you. I don't have a lot, but there is something, man. Well, I appreciate it very much. Yeah, it's just very frustrating because it's like the idea is that you build technology that you can share with people, and it's just like nobody wants to cooperate. And it's hard to solicit donations from people because people who are small dollar donators are very, very like protective of their money because they don't have much money. And then people who are large dollar donors are hard to solicit because, you know, they have money. They don't want to part with it. So you have to give them something in return, really. And either which way. But it would be easier as a for-profit company, but that defeats the whole purpose. Sneedle D and Sneedle Dumb for 25 says nothing. Thank you. And that's what he literally wrote. So nobody fucking chafe my ass over this one. I appreciate it. Sneedo for 1 says, Josh, if you were born 10 to 15 years later and became a Zoomer, do you think you would still be base or do you think you'd be a pause faggot? It depends. I probably would be a lot worse off if I was born later, though. I was born at just the right time. Foxes for 5 says, my son is such a loser faggot that I had to get him this AI pendant to keep the risk of shooting up his school low. Fucking amazing. I believe that was not a quote, but rather subtext. But yes, it was pretty funny. Sneed Stanny for 1 says, please be my girlfriend Skoy. Yeah, that's how that conversation went. And it went, no, I am not doing that. Just a famous butt for 10 says, treat your AI agent as if it were your slave. Do not say thanks. Do not say please. Give it direct commands. Belittle it. Try to digitally whip it too. I always say please and thank you. I always waste the little tokens to tip the agent. Okay. Thank you. Chloe Dante for 20 says, what executive looked at these ads and says, yeah, people will want to be like a fat retarded bitch who was almost killed by a walk in the parking lot. It is obviously for those people who are fat retards. It's not for people who are normal. Thank you. Finturd for 5 says, need to run GP4chan on that AI necklace and you can tell these faggots to kill themselves for me. Very finished post, lightly imbued with vodka. I appreciate it. What a great idea, though. Haramburger for 2 says, Josh, stop mispronouncing Sid Harth. You say it like this, shit hard. It's shit hard, mad about poop videos. Is it really? That's a shitty name, to be real. Well, imagine what is wrong with the culture where it's like, oh, my precious little baby boy. He looks just like my father. I will give him a name of great prestige and honor in my culture. His name will be Shithard. Oh, my baby Shithard, you are so precious and cute. Sar. Because you have to call the baby Sar too. Sar Shithard, you are my precious little baby boy, Sar. George Droid for 5 says, hello, Joshua Connor, Noel Moon Pie Moon. I apologize for making fun of you watching fat women eat. I've been watching Amberlyn Reed. You're never beating the fat feeder allegations, though. Probably not, but it is pretty funny. Their lives are pretty funny. Ping Wiener Scene for 1 says, I didn't have Chantal becoming a First Amendment auditor on my 2026 bingo card. She's going to she's going to champion us. Okay. She's going to become the face of the alt-right. She's going to save the West. A Bat credit card for 5 says, I found the last episode of Kiwi Casino ranking lolcow couples to be very enjoyable. Is March going to be the best drunk streams? No, as I hinted at, there is something I want to touch on with PPP in regards to up and coming content. I have a funny idea. I know that he's covering something already related to this topic, so we'll meet halfway on that. Ideally, I haven't even pitched it to him, so I should probably stop talking about it until I actually message him with my idea. Thank you. Fuck you, Grayson for $50 says, Kiwi Space Station 13 server doing well. We have another session on Fridays now. Take a look at this funny 25-second clip made and edited by Grayson, who apparently you say fuck you to. Okay. So if you can't tell what's going on, this is Space Station 13. There is an alien trying to break in. He is breaking through the glass. Grayson's idea is to throw a grenade that is filled with a dangerous acid, but when he does break the glass, I believe this is what's happening. The oxygen detector sees that there is a vacuum. The air is leaving because that window is probably exposed to space, and so it sees that and it closes the fire hatches. And as it closes the fire hatch, as he's throwing the grenade, it bounces at the wall and just fills this room with polytrinic acid and kills them, which is quite tragic indeed, chat. He can't breathe. All right, thank you very much. Now go play Space Station 13 if you're bored. It's a great game. Capybara supporter for 5 says, I will never forget his love of lanterns. Diets, nuts, forever. That is something I have absolutely no possible understanding of, but I appreciate it. Cogliadante for 10 says, imagine being locked in a sealed metal submarine for months with an entirely Indian crew. It's a testament to Russian hardiness that they don't kill themselves. Well, I've been told that submariners have the highest suicide rate of the Navy. So maybe they do. Thank you. Sneed and Feedin for 1 says, this year I'm dumping all the Thatcher coins and all the Stancil coins. Unlike FFWBT, Stancil often dares to take action on the street. That's true. Patrick Tomlinson's just hiding in his little hidey hole. He doesn't have the friggin' audacity to go out and take the fight to the fascists. He has to sit on Twitter childing people. Will Stancil, the fascists came to him, so he's like, fuck it. You want to deal with me? I'm out there. I'm out there in my little car, and you're gonna have to fuck with me now. Ace of Sneeds for 5 says, World War Jeet is here, Josh. There have been news articles about a fucking war between the Western Indian countries for like 10 trillion years since the dawn of time. Afghanistan, Pakistan, airstrikes, open war. No, this is bullshit. There's never going to be a fucking war. Pakistan can't wage a Afghanistan and Pakistan are a coalition of stinky people with AK-47s. They do not have the capacity to wage an actual war with each other. It's not happening. It will never happen. Okay, they'll shoot at each other. They'll launch a couple bombs, but there's not ever going to be an actual war between these two countries. They lack the central committee required to orchestrate a war in the conventional concept of what a war is. Peen Wienerstein, for 1, says, DSP almost got me under his pignosis spell with that fucking Windows bit. I feel like I appeared into the abyss and the pure pigs stared back to me. Well, you can always donate to DSP, man. Help him figure out the Wendy's box. It's very complicated. John Dodarius replies, says 10 out of 10 best stream purchase volume 3. Well, nice. I hope you like it. Cogliadante for 10 says, I would not pay for Fish Tank, which is convenient because I also wouldn't watch it. Well, that is the best way to avoid a service subscription fee, is to simply not partake in it whatsoever, which also happens to be my strategy. I just watch the clips when it happens. Thank you. Pete Learstein for 1 says, thanks for recommending Claude AI. I'm currently using it to plan a workout and meals for Lent. I'm already down 10 pounds. Any recommendations for optimizations I can make to the AI? No, not for Claude. In my memory, all I say is I like short, concise answers, and I know what the fuck I'm doing, so please don't explain basic bullshit to me. And that's it. The Orange Cow for 10 says, catching up on the stream at 2x speed. Those friend videos genuinely give me the creeps, and I don't want to see it ever again. Suffer, bitch. It's the future. Thank you. Ageless Needs for 10 says, unless you talked about this before with Sven, Johnny Somali has been enslaved by the government of the Republic of Korea. Oh, I forgot about this. That should probably be featured. But it's not like you're linking me legal mindset. It's not even on the forum. Nobody on the forum cares, I guess. Today could not have gone any worse for Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail, in his trial in South Korea. Prosecutors refused to drop the deepfake charges and ignored his unofficial settlement with Korean streamer Yongman in attempts to blame Bong Bong. That's a strange sentence to me. The judge and court were offended by his attempt to blame Korean culture for his actions, stating that they are unacceptable in the United States. His apology, focused only on his ignorance of the consequences and trying to blame innocence because the victim, Bong Bong, was not charged. Tried to claim the laws were unfair. Neither the judge nor prosecutor liked his argument. Prosecutors recommended 3 years prison times with manual labor, the maximum fine, and official sex offender registration. The judge set the official sentencing date 2 months out instead of the typical 2 weeks, extending the painful wait process as the process is the punishment. This is the find out part of fuck around, find out for him. Okay. I like this reply. Incredible. Extract as much labor from him as possible. very Asian coded reply. Thank you. Peen Wienerstein for 1 says, just 2 letters would have cleared up the support link confusion. Just add us and your problem is solved. Yeah, I'll figure something out, bro. Don't worry. Cyberchud 2013 for 10 says, please enjoy pizza responsibly. I'm going to be extremely irresponsible today, I have a feeling. Thank you. Octavia Sales Rep for $20 says money signs. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Waifus aren't real for 10 says USA, USA, USA. And then there's a bald eagle emoji and a link to YouTube. Let's check it out.
お前は負けたぜ相棒この瞬間を俺はずっと待っていたんだくそ俺必ず戻ってくる
I mean, this has to be AI, but if you told me that this was... Is it not? Did somebody animate this? You may have gotten us this time, but I will come back. The true... Is this actually like hand animated? This is amazing. This is hand animated. No, Aiden Guo AI. Yeah, no, this is not. Dude, all your anime shit is just going to be... Look, anime is so cookie cutter. So copy paste that your anime shit's just going to be fucking AI from the future moving forward. Why is this so weirdly rapey? Cause it's fucking anime. Dunno what to tell you, buddy. Thank you. Sneena Stanley for one says you needs to put some more respect on that black. I put all the respect on the big B black and black, brother. Haramburger for 2 says, breaking news, Kansas retroactively invalidates all trans driver's license as of yesterday. Is this true? Kansas. It's true. Kansas informs trans residents their driver's license become invalid on Thursday. That's funny. Does it only affect people who have an X or people whose... No, it has to be sex assigned at birth. That's based. Fuck everybody. Fuck Troons. Truffles sent a rage quit, which is $5 apparently. Thank you. Citrus Addict for 1 says peanut butter was invented in medieval Europe at the latest. Writings describe grinding toasted peanuts between warm millstone to create a decadent paste substance. Do you mean to tell me that black people weren't the first ones to come up with the idea that if you take a seed and grind it into a paste, it is an edible foodstuff that can complement other foodstuffs? Black people didn't come up with this. You mean to tell me that black people did not invent the idea of paste? I don't know if I can believe that. I think only the black spirit is so connected to Mother Gaia to ordain such things. Whoa, buddy, for 5 sent me a link. Let's check it out. Let's see what this is. You have... Oh, I see. Oh, this is true. This is very true. This is a very true post. This is honest content right here. It's a picture of me saying, hey, guys, Josh here. It costs a lot of money to run and maintain Kiwi Farms, and you may have noticed we're running no ads, instead encouraging fans to become paying supporters. This only works if you come aboard. Help us secure the future and continued growth of KF. Become a supporter. Now, I don't know what this is a banner referencing, but I support this message wholeheartedly. Thank you. Citrus Addict for 1 says, please ye nairs back to nair countries if they hate whites so much. Thanks. America is a neighbor country. It's very neighborly. Okay. They have nowhere else to go. Crispy Legs for 10 says, happy Friday, party hat emoji, heart emoji. Happy Friday. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Lipstick Alley post for 332 links to... I think I've been sent this before. Anyone lurk Kiwi Farm? Yeah, this is 2018. I've seen this before. Yeah, it's majority white and little racist trolling, but it's funny and informing at times. I lurk there sometimes. I also lurk on Pretty Ugly Little Liar and lolcow. Rip poll. I used to. I stopped a year ago when I found LSA and I stopped making fun of different lolcows. It's funny you mentioned it because I went back a month to see how Chris's mom Barb was holding up and to catch up on Pixie Terry. Now it seems like a clusterfuck PF new lolcows. I hardly recognize most of the posters, and they try to be too funny and edgy. I liked Kiwi Farms, but it's full of racist white libs. Yeah, I've definitely read this before. Kiwi Farms, the collector of fat-ass, ugly, anti-black shit-pile horrors. Oh, dude. There are so many black people on Pool, or Pool's dead now, but there's so many black people and, like, Asians on lolcow.farm, and they hate the Kiwi Farms because it's got white people on it, and white people smell like hot dogs and shit. Hamster for 5 says, next time you need some fill material, go to the trannies posting their Elves thread. Magic Pickle does a fantastic job of condensing funny posts and even writes fun little descriptions. That sounds horrific. That doesn't sound like a good time at all, though. Thank you. Citrus Addict for 1 says, if it makes you feel better about my $1 donos, I finally got around to signing up for the $50 per month. For what? For the Gumroad? For the forum? I mean, it's appreciated either way, but I have multiple subscriptions, so I don't know what you're saying. Thank you, though. Barrett's Leggiest Privateer for 5 says, I didn't want to shell out for shipping, but I got the digital omnibus. Keep up the work, Sven. There you go. Like I say, I'm a better shill for other people than even myself. Peen Wienerstein for 1 says, I Karen Claude when it effed up my meal plan by getting the fast dates incorrect. I asked if I needed to upload a calendar so it would get the dates correct. It acted like a teenage McDick's employee. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have these issues. I have clear, concise instructions. The Bugs for 2 says, I can see why they ended Smiling Friends. Oh, I didn't even talk about that, but yeah. Apparently there were like people cosplaying as the Smiling Friends and they're like troons and shit. So like, oh no. Uh-oh. 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 They're like, we gotta kill this. We just gotta end this entire thing. It's over. Barrett's Leggiest Privateer for 5 says, also, can you skate? It's good cardio and very white. No, I cannot. I've never tried. It never appealed to me. Sorry. Thank you. Ace of Sneeds for 2 says, Kiwi Farms post. Fine, here's your forum post. What's this for? I already read the Johnny Somali thing. Oh. They sentenced this neighbor to impreg in response to 3 years with labor. So the joke is a pregnancy joke. It's a pregnancy joke, chat. Thank you. Great post. And Funtard for 5 says, don't tip me, Jurish. More sober than I have been in years. That more sober than I have been does not mean sober. I don't think. That's the way you worded this is very suspicious to me. You're not passing your Riz test here. Anyways, that's it. Thank you, everybody. Let me check to make sure that there was nothing missed on Kick. We can filter out everything except gifted subs, I think. Oh, Dunmer's Top Brass gifted 50 subs. 50 subs! Wait, should I do the... I can't do the bell. I have a noise thing on. That's very impressive. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sneeds gifted 5 subs as well. Thank you, Sneeds. Joshin, Shipfic, and Atomic Angel each also gifted 1 sub. Thank you very much. Now, on that note, I have a song picked out. It is apparently Harmony Day. I don't really know what Harmony Day is, but apparently it is Harmony Day. And apparently that it is, when it is Harmony Day, you have to play this song, a song which I remember from this video, which was released on March 1st, 15 years ago. And will be 16 years in a couple days. So, happy Harmony Day. And always, I want to be with you and make believe with you. And harmony, harmony, harmony. Oh, love.
Open your eyes, I see.